What up, y'all? Welcome back to episode 8 of NoFux podcast. I'm your host, T. Fields. This is our first live show today, so we appreciate y'all first off starting off, being here, supporting us, riding with us. This is my co-host. He has been promoted once again
because I was early
he was
today.
On time. I picked him up. Let's go.
Oh, hold on. We gotta introduce the.
Oh, B. Okay, well, yeah, we ain't gonna leave B out today.
Nah, he done showed us his.
That's the white guy on our story. Air pumping, pelvic thrusting, bone to bone, burning action.
He just let everybody know he cannot fuck.
Son of a bitch.
Damn, like that.
We got Bobby 420 in
That's
the
some
building.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's bow tie Bobby the bully.
Yes.
He got a lot of names.
Croc body Bobby.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one.
But the real reason we're here today is to introduce you to Larasha Washington.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And that is GoddessQueenJustMe23. Y'all make sure to follow her on YouTube, on IG. You'll be able to get to her through all our links and everything that we're posting today.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get a little bit about her. I say first to start the show off so y'all can see who we dealing with since y'all been following us for this time. So
yeah,
go ahead and let everybody know a little bit about yourself, Rasha.
So again, my name is Larasha. GoddessQueenJustMe23 is my main YouTube channel where I read tarot cards for a living. Not full-time now, no longer part-time thing. I went in my own career and took a path which was part of my purpose. And then I also have another channel which is more of an enlightenment channel for like our people,
right,
when it comes to this great awakening, because our people are so behind. So it's called Build a Nation by Word of Mouth, and just the way that it's the title of my channel, Build a Nation
is what it
by
is.
Word of Mouth. It is what it is. Just with that. And just going on there, and the spiritual awakening that I've been going through since the past 2000, I want to say I started in 2014 is when I went to my first time that I had my own tarot reading done by my teacher named Abby. And I have always been, I hit it from Y'all, we all grew up together. So that's another thing. We all grew up together in San Angelo. I'm San Angelo based, just like these boys are. Hey. Me and T have had more of our time because I didn't meet him until we went to Central.
Right. Females relate to each other.
No, I just was popping early. I've been popping at a young age, bro.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've been popping. Yeah.
So I grew up with him more, being the girl that is the tomboy with them.
Beating up everybody, boys and bitches.
Yep. Sound like you caught an L.
True.
Hey, sorry, man. You know I gotta go in a little bit.
Whatever, nigga.
But that's something that they're not gonna make me forget, is about how I used to whoop ass. That's the first thing since the last time I talked to him, probably 4 years. He got on the phone. He was like, I remember when she body slammed.
Body slammed that nigga on the car. It was her boyfriend, so if she liked him, imagine what she doing to niggas she don't like.
I know.
Man.
Shit.
But no, a little bit about me. I am not, when you go into this spiritual thing, they want you to be all kumbaya. I am not kumbaya. Yeah. I'm a product of my environment, and that goes all the way from me coming out of my mama's womb to me now, and then the system all made us products to our environment that they already put in front of us. So it's a lot of things that I do. I just don't read cards. On my channel, I have Goddess Queen Just Me, over 77,000 subscribers. And I started.
Make sure to follow her.
Yeah, subscribe for sure.
Subscribe.
So
run them numbers up.
I'm like my own little YouTube celebrity. When it comes to that, I didn't know I was until my daughter, Amani, which is my second oldest, and last year she graduated, and one of her classmates came to her. It was a Muslim girl, and she was just like, Amani, your mom's Goddess Queen Just Me? And she was like, yeah. She's like, why you didn't tell me your mom was a celebrity? And I was like, because my daughter was hating on me, y'all. Y'all don't understand. She was hating. So once that finally happened, I was like, oh shit, this shit is for real.
Yeah.
Then I'm getting calls from everybody. My auntie's calling. She's like, I met somebody in San Angelo. They watching you over here. And then I'll
That's
go.
Dope, though.
So yeah, it's been challenge, but everybody thought I was gonna tank. And I have over 5 million views just off of that channel alone.
Damn.
Yeah, and then my
Well, we appreciate you blessing our show because we don't have that.
We have
many
5
views.
followers.
We got like 5,000.
And 3 of them's in this room.
Hey, no, but for real. So, you know, like I said, we trying to work to make our show successful. So, you know, I had to do some fucking homework.
Okay.
Of course. So I watched one of
He's
your
a studier
ones.
out the group, obviously. He studies
I'm the
and
smart
prepares
one.
for shit. No, you study and you prepare. I just show up and perform.
That's what you're...
There's good, there's great. There's you, there's me. There's levels to the shit. But
Your
go ahead and
percentage
finish.
sucks.
Shit.
Anyway, listen. Okay, so you said something in that video that really hit me. And so I got a few calls, and I mean, not calls, I would say messages.
Okay.
I was like, man, have you heard from her lately? Do you know what she does? Like, she's weird. Like, I'm serious. That's what
that's the most common thing. But you've heard that about
with
yourself.
that for me was like, okay, that's good. She's different. She don't care. She don't care what the fuck y'all thinking. So then, you know, I got to listen to the card reading, which we looked at, and you know, we were like, we don't really fuck with the cards, but we're open to it. But then when I went to that other page and you said something that really stood out to me. And you said most people either you're intimidated or inspired. You can't do both.
Right.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, that shit makes
That
sense.
shit is so hard. Like, it's like, hey, fuck you. I don't care like what you talking about. You either fuck with me or you don't.
Exactly.
And that's what our show is about. So it fit perfect. So I was like, yeah, of course everybody's not going to agree with the fuck you're doing. But then it's just you're being true to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And when you take a path like that, you have to be true to yourself. And the first thing they said, oh, she's crazy. She's not the same Rasha. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But you ain't supposed to be the same.
Yeah, and I'm not.
If you're the same as you was when you was 15.
I still got these hands, don't get that wrong, but I'm not the same Rasha that we grew up in. Like, when you take that path and you go on that's something totally different. And a lot of people don't make that spiritual journey because it's so hard, because it's not only you stepping outside of the box of religion that they installed and programmed you to be a part to control the mass, right? So once you get out that Pandora's box, that's pretty much what it is. And you step out, you're starting to take back control of your life. So at that time, all I'm looking at is the signs and synchronicities that's coming that, you know, when you go into your spiritual reckoning, you're seeing numbers. You thinking you hitting the lotto because you're seeing these numbers.
That's
you
like
don't
a
understand what the fuck's going on.
That's the matrix.
So, and then you try to sit there and explain stuff to your family and friends, and they're looking at you like cuckoo. So for 3 years, I had to sit there and like keep still to myself and then explain to the ones that I saw that was also going through the same thing with me, because it's like a domino effect. One person does it, everybody else. So I had to learn, because when you go into it, it makes you so angry because you're just like, what the fuck's going on? Why do people don't know that we're getting lied to?
Why they aren't seeing the same, they don't have the third eye that you have.
And then it gets deeper because oh man, dude, if y'all understand everything that they have on us, just to keep us still
program.
Yes. From our food that they give us to the drink that you drink. It's all genetically and designed to keep you stuck and dumb style you and keep you in a position where they can control your soul and your spirit any way that they want to fucking do it. Yeah. So once you get out of that, by the words that you say, the things that you're talking, they know that, oh, this one's a woke one over here. Yeah. Let's bring her family and all this other people and work against her, because at that time your family is looking at you like, you gonna get yourself killed. And you don't know how many times my family was just like, oh, are we gonna have to fucking check her into this? No, I said, you know what? Something my ancestors, they were like, just start your channel. Prove them wrong.
So when we say the word of woke, what do you take from it? Like when did you first realize? I know you said 4 years spiritual journey. Is that when you really felt like you were tapped in? Or?
When I left religion, and that was when I was a kid. So I stopped.
So now you're an atheist. You don't believe.
It's not. See, that's the thing. Religion is a cult. Okay. It's not what you believe in. It's a brainwashing system that you put you in, and it's different religions. That's all this one person that got different names.
Right.
So,
like
for example,
the higher power of everybody. Yeah. It could be Christ.
But see, and that's another thing. That's another thing. See, there's difference between Jesus and God. So
Right.
a lot of people don't know that there's a difference.
Right.
Because the way that their pastor is, preaching to them in church. And
Right.
that's another thing. When I had to try to speak to my people, I knew that we were so lack of information and knowledge because of the things that my people was saying back to me.
That
And
we
I
were
was just
taught.
like, yeah, it's just that having that conversation and you're just in there like, damn, it's this deep and you don't even know what's going on. And then you start asking them questions and you're just like, well, let's go back. Since you so have that Bible so attached to your hip, the first thing he said was, let's make them an image of us. Us is more than one person, not one. So it's contradicting your story that you gave me in this book. Who is us? Okay, so there was an us when we talked about these pharaohs. They were gods. But you didn't teach us that history. You got to get outside the Bible and stop praising that Jesus that they did. And that's another thing is like the religions, it's each category from Muslim to Catholic to Buddha to all that. It's all the same thing. Same
Believe in
person.
Jesus though, right?
No.
Okay, but you believe that he existed.
His name was not Jesus.
Well, the dude, what was his name?
His name
Well,
was...
he's not. It wasn't the dude.
So let's
I know
go.
the fuck that.
I mean, I'm trying to find out what, cause like I'm saying I.
Well, you're not
I don't
gonna
know
call
that he
my
exists
God
for
the
sure,
dude,
but
'cause
I know.
but
I know
I'm a
for
firm
sure.
believer.
I mean, I don't know for sure he was like God's son, right? But I know for a fact the dude had to have.
You know
Yeah,
you know for a fact.
They did. Why would they make it up? You know what I'm saying? That's just stupid to make up something.
Why do niggas make stuff up? It happens all the time.
But he's a human being. Like
He
was
just called God the
Everybody
dude.
saw him. Like I'm saying he was definitely a human. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, there had to have been a dude. Man.
If I told you who...
I know. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Whether
I really don't believe in God.
he was really
you know
a
what I'm
person, but
think
as far as what people take him as, he might not have been that. I get that. So, Rasha, what?
But I want to answer his question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Hell yeah.
So, for example, for not even an example, let me just go back from where it was first. His name was Horus. Okay. There's a documentary that you can watch. It's called Zulester, and it goes back where it tells you all the different religions of what his name was. His name, when we went to school, you remember before
I
Christ.
think he existed.
But his name is not Jesus.
Okay. But
So that's the issue. So the way the words, the language they gave you is words they created to curse a person's soul and spirit from coming up. So for example, remember the pharaohs was here before Jesus.
Okay.
See, that's something that people don't want to talk about. King Tut was here before Jesus. They say before Christ, after Christ when they give you your history.
Yeah, BC.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That shit.
like I said, it's common sense. People are not paying attention. So what is it that you're not giving us? Because you only teach us a little small thing about King Tut. You only teach us a small
Well,
thing
everything
about
is
all that.
programming. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
everything
we're
is
getting
programmed.
Yeah.
and
So
left in the dark.
his name was Horus. That's what his name was. It was Osiris and Isis's son. His name was Horus. Before his name was Horus, who do you want to know who he was?
What?
Lucifer.
What?
And no, and I'm being
Wait,
Freemasons, that's the reason
Satan
why-
is God? Hold on.
All that shit makes sense.
Yes, thank you. So let's go back. That's why I
This
said
is
I'm
a
here
guy
to
that was
teach.
air humping earlier.
What the fuck?
Okay, so now I'm really lost.
So like they tell you, they said you have as a soul and a spirit. I don't want to say spirit because spirits don't get to come back. Only people that have souls can reincarnate every lifetime, right? So the same thing with Jesus, aka Lucifer. Every lifetime they changed his name. So
okay, I see what you're saying.
the first before his name was Jesus, his name was Yahweh. And that's what the Muslims and them go. So that's my thing with black people. Why do you call him Jesus if his name was Yahweh? So that's the language that they gave you was language they gave you to curse you, to confuse.
I mean, the Bible's always been questionable to me, and all jokes to the left.
I know a bunch of black folks that call him Yahweh.
Yeah, they do. It's a contradiction. So it's an energy base. That's another thing that they don't know. It's energy that you're pushing because you don't know what your vessel is. We are energy vessels. When you go to church and you pushing the bottom of your feet because you are indigenous. Indians walked around here barefooted. But again, you're in church and you booming in the bottom of your feet. When you wear them number 23s on the bottom of your foot, you're pushing 5 as a number of an energy. 5 is a conflict.
I got Air Max on.
You see what I'm saying? So our people is
Wait, 5 is a number of conflict?
a conflict, and you're wearing 23. Every black person goes, every Jordan come out. Let's buy some Jordans, and you're spending this money. You don't know, but our people don't know numerology. They don't know any of that.
You got J's on?
Don't throw them away. Just know that those 5s, fives are conflicts, but it brings change. Another person, Obama, he sung "Change is Gonna Come." So, like I told you, numbers, letters, symbols are all tied together as frequency and energy.
I agree. Right? I agree with that.
So do you feel like stuff in the Bible really contradicts itself, or people interpret it in their own way?
It's the way that they interpret it. Your pastor does never talk about revelations. If they talk about revelations, they tell you about how the Pharaohs is going to wake up and take back the shit that was theirs. But they don't preach about revelations. They took out the book of Enoch. You were talking about the book of Eli earlier.
Yeah.
Made me think about this. Yeah. Enoch was the book that tells you about Un-Man-Ra. Un-Man-Ra is AKA God, AKA Zeus, AKA the reason why you say amen at the end of your prayers. An-Man, yes. So, like I told you, it's all people, they all rewrit. The Bible has been rewritten 36 times. It's owned by 36 different bloodlines where they own each individual chapter.
And if you send a lie down the line, the 36 persons.
I mean, you remember doing that in school where you got in a circle and you sent somebody a story? So you think it's nothing like it started off?
It's nothing. In your opinion. So the original, what it is the scrolls that was in our ancestors' tombs. Okay. They pulled up King Tut and all their tombs. The Holy Grail. People don't understand we're the Holy Grail. Hitler knew that. Yeah. Hitler, and that's one reason why they didn't teach us German, and they took back French. Because remember when we were at Central, they started with the French. Yeah. When we first got
then they changed it to Spanish.
They changed it. Yeah. The reason of that is because Hitler if you understand French, you understand German. Back then, Hitler was saying, the Negroes of the United States are the Hebrews, the true Jews. But again, we couldn't speak their language. We couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. Yeah. Later on, you start finding all these documents about Hitler, the reason why he let him go up there and do this, the whole reason why Kaepernick got kicked out of the football field and all that shit. It was not because he was doing this. They was already doing this on the fucking pyramid walls.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a trigger moment that was going to activate a mass that they could not control it. Because remember, football, all that shit it's rituals. It's rituals. It starts with the Colosseum, with Cleopatra, all that. It's rituals. It's energy. So they can't lose their money. So like I told you, the entertainment business, the celebrities, they're used as pawns. But some of them sell out and become Zetas, where they sell out their bloodline, like Lil Wayne, Jay-Z. Yeah. Jay-Z sold out a long time ago because he sold out when he went to the Rockefeller thing. But when he made his album 444, that was an apology to us. You see what I'm saying?
I got to listen to it differently now.
Yes. Yeah, you have to.
I listen to it, but I have to go back now.
When you go through a spiritual awakening, you got to look at everything different. Okay, because remember, they programmed you to look at it at a certain way. Now, once you outside of that box, you're starting to see shit differently. Yeah. And just because you watch a movie, I won't see it the same way you do. You see it, right? Yeah. Because we all have our own little blueprint.
Right.
Our little blueprint. And it's like I said, one word can just unlock something real quick like that. And that's one reason why they control the movies, the entertainment so much, because they know that that's a frequency. Everything's ran off of a frequency because we don't know that half of us, we don't know that we are, like I said, Egyptians. That's who we are. It's not the Africans. That was a lie. That's what I said. One thing with me, with Build a Nation by Word of Mouth, it has to be, when you go through your spiritual awakening, it always starts with you and your bloodline, and you start unlocking all this stuff, and you're not understanding, okay, well, why they didn't tell me that shit in school?
Oh, yeah. I knew a lot of things was kept out.
Yeah.
We knew that.
I mean, even now as adults, you could kind of tell. Man, you know what I'm saying?
Have y'all ever, the crazy thing about it is, I graduated in 2002. You was, a year before me?
2000.
2000. So after we left, Renolia was 2006. They changed the whole curriculum, took the school books out, switched all that shit. Because the reason why they did that is because we as people don't know, as the 70 babies, the 80s babies, the 90s babies, we have so much knowledge and information that they gave us where they fucked up
on accident,
where we can use it against them. And it's crazy because me going from San Angelo to going to a city and then asking them about what they learned in school, it's not the same. Even though we're in this fucking Texas and we are all controlled, it's not the same. And so they laughed at me one day at my old job because remember how we used to have the bags of milk? Yeah. They don't have that. They didn't even know that shit exists.
You know how hard it was to poke that damn straw in that bag of milk? Yes,
but that's how I knew that we were on the reservation. San Angelo was a reservation. And so that's when you have to go back to your childhood. And a lot of when you have a spiritual awakening, you have to go back to your childhood. Yeah. And our people are so damaged where they don't want to go back to their childhood because it's going to take them back and trigger them and put them where they don't want to be. And that's a biggest failure for our people because you have to go through that in order for your soul and your spirit to be free out of this matrix. And see what they did to us, they played us as the turtle and the hare in that little fucking nursery rhyme motherfucking song that they gave us. Yeah. And the hare is all out here and the turtle. But guess what? We gonna get there. Yeah. The race is TikTok, TikTok. And that's the reason why they control the martial law and all that stuff. Because like I said, Hitler already knew. Hitler said, when y'all find out that I was sitting there trying to keep these people, these false Jews, out of God's land, that's when World War III will start. And it's documented that he's saying all this. Yeah. And so we're like, as over here, we got told when we was kids, we was shit. So other countries know that they know what got me was that other races knew that I was indigenous before I knew that. Yeah. And that blew my mind because I was just like, what the fuck? How do you know all this information and I don't know? I'm Manellan.
I could see why somebody would say you're crazy now.
Yeah, you see,
because so many people aren't gonna even are gonna open up to go research.
That's what I was telling her yesterday.
So it would kind of scare some people. That's the honest truth.
And that's the fear
just sitting
that
here listening to you, it would scare you. You gotta have an open mind.
Yeah. But not only
that would scare somebody that doesn't.
I'm open-minded, but at the same time, I don't want to really open some doors that I might not be ready to open. Like there ain't closing.
But see, that's the thing about it. You can't say you're never ready because you're always going to be ready. And the thing about it that we don't know that we're fighting a 3D reality, and then we also have spiritual warfare with our souls and our spirit that's going on that we don't even our people don't even understand at all. So you're battling two sides. So the movie and the game that they gave us the best way, Mortal Kombat. Yeah. When he said, I took your soul. So that's pretty much what they've been doing, playing them with our souls and our spirits. It's puppets.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Yep. Because you don't know. They took your identity. They erased it and made it yours. Mm-hmm. Told you came from a fucking land when let me say this, 98% of African Americans are Native American and natives. The first natives here are the Native Americans of the United States, and they don't even know that. But all you got to do is go ask a black person, say, do you have any Indian in you? And
every nigga got Indian in them.
And so that should be a big...
And don't let them have good hair.
That should be a big light bulb for everybody. That should be a big light bulb.
Yeah.
But see... They eating this pork. They go home and they go eat this pork. They go
eating that swine. Y'all better get off that bacon. I'm telling you.
It starts erasing your memory. Jack. You're taking part of all this stuff. They already have everything designed. So whenever you start waking up and you trying to bring your frequency, they already giving you foods and all this shit and the music and all this shit that's keeping you down. Then they build these 5D towers and all that shit. Oh yeah, that's all part of mind control, right? That doesn't have shit to do with this.
And then they give you the COVID shot.
Yeah. And Look, we talked about this shit last night. Until I see a perky, which is a pig and a turkey, I don't believe in turkey bacon.
Yeah.
Somebody said
fuck that. I love bacon. I'm not giving up bacon. And the fight comes with that.
Hey, I just think she woke, and y'all might be the crazy ones. Whoever said Rasha is crazy. Shit, I'm fisting.
Is that the most misconception people have of you? Is that you're crazy?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll take it because guess what? I'll be that black sheep.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
In that Bible that you said, they said black sheep, right?
Yeah.
I'm that black sheep. I'm that black sheep. Guess what? It's going to take one person to push it, and I'm going to be that black sheep. I'll be that fucking blue bull.
Somebody just said turkey bacon is blasphemy.
Thank you. Who said that?
Jesus back then.
Who said that?
That they was crazy.
My thing keeps stopping.
Who said the turkey bacon's blasphemy?
Oh, you ain't got your phone right now, huh? My
Nah,
phone,
brother.
Look at him. Yes,
but
you do.
somebody did
Yes, you
say,
do.
she did say we are indigenous to the world, and that is correct. So let's go back. Just start at the research in your home. Ask your elders, whoever's the oldest. If they ain't in your area, pick up the phone and call somebody. You got social media.
Somewhere.
You got something.
Yeah.
And start asking and saying, do we have any Indian in our bloodline?
Oh, well, my grandma told us we had Indian and Irish.
So let me tell you something.
You have Irish?
Nigga, that's why I'm crazy.
It ain't an Irish. Listen, it ain't Irish. It's not Irish.
What is it?
The Irish is you. The Irish became Irish because they
Irish is
removed
those
your
white
ancestors
girls
from here and took them over there to create them. So that's what I'm saying. So
that's why I fight when I drink.
That's man. What if?
Yeah. Probably Russian and Irish are like angry drunks.
Nigga, I did not say Russian.
No, but you'd wear that dumbass Russian hat that one time and you was calling yourself Russian. Russians and Irish people.
Nigga, you the Amish.
So?
Fuck, man. Man, we need to read this nigga's cards. Tell him he's fucked up.
You the Amish with the dress out.
Oh. Hey, you seen that nigga riding around that Hellcat with dressed up as an Amish person?
No.
All right, fuck it. We off
Wait,
that.
you're the only nigga I know with a Hellcat.
I ain't got no goddamn Hellcat.
What you got?
Man, it ain't a Hellcat, but it's
so
floating.
I see people on here asking about
this nigga that threw off. We trying to.
They asking about the United States thing, right?
Talk to him.
When let me just say, Dane Calloway, Dane, and then Calloway on YouTube. He is the one that first put out the article back in, I want to say 2012, 2014.
Dane Calloway?
Dane Calloway.
Okay.
And he has a video that says, are you African? Are you Native American? It's have over like 6 million views, right? Just from that. He is the one that pushed it to let us know that we are. Like my grandma, the reason why I knew is because my grandmother was not one of those Negroes that they silenced. She was like, they silenced her to an extent, but she still told us a little bit stuff because again, if our ancestors talked about where they really came from and who they were killed or they lost their job. Some bullshit like that, right? Mm-hmm. So my grandma, I remember when Jesse Jackson, that was the coon that sold out and said that we were African. And he went publicly. It only takes one fool to go public.
Did you just call him a coon?
You fucking right.
We're gonna get canceled.
Man.
Hey, but that nigga had a killer perm though.
Man.
Is that okay for a black person to call another black person?
Yes. There's such thing as coonery.
So what if you called me one?
You don't like it, fight me.
My last name is Kuntz.
Yeah, we jumping that dude.
Oh yeah, your last name is Kuntz.
I mean,
but I'm saying that for a reason because that's what the labels that they gave are us. But he's one of those, just like the Boondocks man. What's that dude?
Uncle Ruckus.
Yes,
Ruckus.
Ruckus. I thought it was Rufus.
That's pretty much what he did.
Yeah, what he did.
He did that. So once he did that,
Clay
they
Bigsby.
changed. Do you know that they have documents of how many times they have changed our people's names as far as our identity? They went from Indian to black to Afro to African American to
Negro.
all this to Negro to all this stuff, right? So it was only 20. So if it's 98% of African Americans are indigenous,
native,
out of that 100, that means there was only like 20 people that came over here that was African.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They used that 20 people that they brought over here from 55,000 color-coppered Indians that was here.
And try to crossbreed us pretty much like dogs.
Us, and so they can do all this hidden identities to take back, to claim land. So that's what they did.
Which they're still doing.
They're still
doing it.
But we have certain...
Shout out to Eric lacing me up on that.
This is the thing that I want to talk about when it comes to Austin. Because me being on my journey, it brought personal things when it comes to my family, right? So... a lot of us, like San Angelo is ancient land and they don't know that, right? And one thing that my grandmother did was downtown, they used to have like this it's my great-great-grandfather. They had downtown hanged up somewhere like in the court part in the thing. And my grandma went and tried to take a picture of our great-great-grandfather, and the dude stopped her. And he was like, ma'am, you can't take a picture. Yeah. She was like, this is my great-grandfather.
The Washington.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
He was the first chief of Texas.
Okay.
That's my great-great-grandfather.
I watched that too.
They stopped her. Yeah. And so I was like,
they stopped her from taking a picture?
From stopping her from taking a picture.
Because it's she's not supposed to know who that man is.
So why the fuck would they put...
But guess what? The way I see it, San Angelo's mine. And my family needs to know that just because of what they know who we are. Yeah. They know everything that you got. They know everything. So the Trails of Tears, the thing, it didn't stop in Oklahoma. That's a lie.
Okay.
Oklahoma became Oklahoma because it was a part of Texas. So when they started creating their imaginary lines, they put that line to sit there and create a picture. Right? So a lot of people don't know that Texas is the second biggest state. That's what they say, right? That's what they say. But remember, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, all that was a part of Texas, even Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't want to, no offense, but I don't want Oklahoma to be a part of Texas. Sorry if you're from Oklahoma.
Says a Kansas Jayhawk fan.
So?
I'll take the Sooners over there.
But for real though, our people don't know that though, because like I told you, they paint this picture, and a lot of people, and due to the Smithsonian's erasing everything, the pyramids that was left here when Michael Jackson did his Remember the Time video, there was a whole reason why he did that. That video is
dope as fuck.
Yes.
Every video Michael Jackson did was dope.
He did it for a reason, to make us help us remember who we were.
And that's probably why they offed his ass.
But what's so crazy about it, every pyramid that they had in the United States, they bulldozed it and taught you in their school curriculum that it was a plateau. So you remember the plateaus have the triangle at the bottom part of it, but the top part of it is cut off.
Chopped off.
Yes, that's what they did. Yeah. Another actor that did a skit was Richard Pryor. And he did a skit where he went inside one of the fucking pyramids in
I remember
the pale faces. I'll say pale faces because there's a difference between Caucasians and Egyptians, right? So, and people don't know that.
What is B?
What is B?
But he has red hair, so it's not. No, what I'm saying is, like, if you were to stay out in the sun later,
he's a stale face.
I got some Indian.
You hard on B, Doug. Fight back, nigga.
I'm like, I think maybe 5%.
Fight back.
Hey, so what if you could go back? What would you tell a 15-year-old Larasha about everything that you know right now?
Oh, dope question.
What advice would you give a 15-year-old you? Like that question, though?
That was good. That's my co-host, y'all.
You see how he got me sitting
Don't
back?
put your tongue out your lips.
When I was, let me just say, when I was 15, my ancestors told me I was activated then. So when I was 15, I was at Lee Junior High.
Shout out to Lee Junior High.
Oh, they changed the name. It is not Lee Junior High no more.
Wait.
What is it called?
I don't know. Some bullshit. My daughters go there.
Well, they don't have Edison no more. They don't have Lee no more?
Man, they had like a check you want to call them the cheetahs or armadillos. They named them like Texas Rangers.
Look, I'm be honest. I really appreciate every girl from Lee that twerked on me at teen night.
Oh, my goodness.
Lee had the hose. They did. At teen night? Oh, you ain't fingering nothing if they wasn't from Lee.
Wow.
You're such a hoe, bro.
Man, let me make sure ain't none of my kids on this line.
That's what I'm saying. My kids.
Oh, Seth, get off. All right.
What else?
Continue what you were saying. I wanted to, the 15-year-old. That's what
what advice would you give yourself?
This guy freak nasty. He's trying to start early. We was going to do that in the second hour.
The power hour.
My advice would be not to be scared, because at 15 I was having my sixth sense with the ghost. And because of the religious thing, once you don't tap into your gifts, you dormant them. Yeah. Because you're so scared to release them. And if I was not scared, imagine if I would have stand in my purpose when I was supposed to.
And you think that's because we're scared of, what are we scared of?
The truth.
Everything.
Like
I mean, with ourselves and everything.
It's not even that. It's because it's not you're scared. It's the way that you were programmed. That's people don't understand how badly we've been programmed and brainwashed and reprogrammed and brainwashed. Like it's so many different movies that they put out there that you can sit there and just be like, these folks is really, really doing this. And they put it out there to tell you what they do. Yeah. But guess what? People are scared. Are the ones that do stand up, they take them out.
And then we still tune in. We still tune in. They
take them out. But like I said, they know in the Bible they gave you, there was a 400 year contract in that good old Bible that said where Uman Ra said that 400 years you can use my kids and my grandkids as slaves, and they're going to wake up. And when they wake up, they're going to get back everything that's theirs. That's the same God that Hitler is talking about. You see what I'm saying? So he said that's what a direct move to sit there and let me pull up the little meme so I can read it.
While you pull that up, T, a 15-year-old Jew, knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself?
Don't have sex.
You lucky you got it. The way you shoved your meat and potatoes in that damn condom.
Hey, that's what I would have told myself.
Oh, it's in this phone.
I would have.
No, I wouldn't have said that. But 15-year-old. Let me see. What would I have to tell myself? I don't know.
I think the main thing that I would have told myself is understand not everybody's going to like you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck about that. So.
Well, yeah, because you was that size at 15.
I was not this size at 15.
You was big than a motherfucker at 15. You've always been like...
It's because I carried myself big. Nigga, I wasn't that big.
You was bigger than me.
Nigga, because, I was confident at 15.
Okay, I got it.
You had confidence at 15?
Now,
a lot of it.
I want you to read it. Here. So, I want you to read it.
Thank you.
You want me to read it out loud?
Oh, unconfident?
Wait, which part am I reading? All of it?
Reading all of it, yes.
You want me to read it out loud?
It's not my fault you was trash.
That nigga still trash. He got a 15-year-old body. A 15-year-old pregnant girl body.
It's my fault this nigga couldn't catch a medicine ball. This nigga.
Oh, you threw the medicine balls hard, though. Bro, I weigh like 107 pounds.
That's not my blame it on you.
Yo. So what am I reading? Explain to people what I'm reading. Yeah, I know, but explain to people what I'm reading.
So this is like what I was saying.
That nigga don't read good.
So
here. I'll read.
My
voice is better.
Remember when I was saying the stuff that Hitler was saying when he was doing his lectures and stuff?
Right.
That's one of the things that was
okay, this is from Hitler.
Yes.
Hitler said even in his death, he will start World War III. Look, I can't read. That's Smirnoff shit. One of his soldiers asked how. Hitler replied, the day mankind finds out what I was trying to defend this nation, Germany, from then, that's the day World War III will start. For on that day, mankind will learn that I was trying to save my nation from the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Jews. For if the American wins the war, then they will conquer the world and forever be slave to the Jews, and they will try to conquer God. Do you know who America has in its possession?
Well, he said that to a soldier, right?
He said the soldier replied, the Americans has the jewels of God. The Americans have stolen God's precious jewels. What do you mean by these precious jewels? The soldier asked. Hitler said America has stole the Jews of God, his jewelry, the Negroes. I feel that's fucked up. They're the true Hebrews. Oh, okay. What a foolish move and a direct challenge to God. And they plan on moving these false white Jews into a state of Israel.
Yes.
Wow.
So our people didn't hear this about Hitler.
Yeah,
well, we heard about Hitler.
In history, we don't learn that.
We didn't. I never heard
all we'd heard was Hitler was
his negative.
Was bad as that. Yeah.
Right, negative. So that is straight knowledge that our people should know because he fact says the Negroes of America.
Damn.
Okay? America it's just not United States. Yeah. That's Jamaica, that's Haiti, that's all. All. Even Mexico. You go way Mexico, they black. That's the thing about it. Hispanics don't even know that they have 45% black in them, melanin in them. And they've been brainwashed before they have anything other race to them. 45%. And there's a movie by that guy what's that fucking move? Spawn, the clown. What is that dude's name? John.
Oh yeah, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Is it Pesci or DeVito?
Nah.
Which one?
No,
DeVito.
is it the short one?
You talking about who played
On Spawn, the clown. It's
the
DeVito,
Spawn,
right?
Nah, that's
It's Pesci.
No.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the
he
skinny
has a
dude,
comedy thing on Netflix where it's called, where he talks about the whole Latino culture, and he makes fun of it. But a woke person, it made me cry because he's telling his people about what happened to them in a funny way, but it's
right, but educational too.
Educational,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's heartbreaking because they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But they're still laughing. And then I bet you every person that left that show and went home
Thought about it.
thought about
You have
what
to.
he said.
You have to.
And it was
But
just,
maybe not when in researched in full capacity afterwards.
Yeah. So he talks about that. He mentions the percentage of what Latinos are in his little comedy skit that he does. And remember, he going across the whole world to do that little
that
Kings
bit,
of Comedy thing, Bernie Mac and them does. So he's telling that's pushing, people out because they already sold him to they removed his whole character after he started playing the roles that he was doing, and he was getting on lightning. Same thing with Ashton Kutcher, Jimmy Carrey, all those people.
Jim
right?
Carrey is an interesting ass dude. Have you seen him lately?
He came out with that movie, The Number 23.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
He's
that was
about
that hotel
that
one, wasn't it?
number 23,
Yeah.
Like his mind moves at a different frequency as everybody else's. Like, if you watch his recent interviews, you're like, he comes across crazy, of course, but he makes a lot of sense a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Those most do make a lot of sense.
yeah, they do. But not to get too far off of this. So we was talking about presidents yesterday. You remember that conversation? Mm-hmm. And
with Trump?
And you had said something. I said, oh, you're a Trump supporter. And you said, no. However, Trump spoke a lot of truth, right?
Yeah.
And you feel like he was trying to, he was doing more for the black community than we gave him credit for, correct?
Yes, our black people know. And what I meant by that, I'm not a supporter for those politics. Let me say this.
Yeah.
What did Kanye do?
Wait, what do you mean? What he do with what?
So we're talking about Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so remember Trump and Kanye, right?
Well, Kanye tried to run though.
Okay, but what did Kanye voice to people to do? Put their name on that ballot, right?
Yeah.
See, our people didn't pay attention. I put my name on that ballot when I went to go sign up for president. And guess what? That's something that nobody does.
Why?
Because
what's the importance of that?
I'm fist to get what's mine back. So like I told you, if I know that Texas is
that
mine.
Yeah, you said that.
And like I told you, I'm coming for everything you took from me.
Yeah.
And I know that there's over 400 contracts that the government still has with the indigenous Indians here at the United States that they have never completed.
Yeah.
400. So if my great-grandfather was the first chief of Texas, I want what's mine.
Your part. Yeah. What's yours?
Yeah.
Right.
So
give me what you owe me.
So my thing was whenever I saw Kanye doing all that, because I know what Trump was doing was actually trying to educate our black people on what to do. His wife's name is one letter from Manellan. That should have been a big sign for them. Nobody paid attention to that. He sat there and was saying that he exposed all the racist people. Yes, his parents was racist does not mean that your child has to be one either. See, and that's another thing people don't understand. Yes, just because your parents are racist does not mean that child has to be racist. They'll be racist to an extent, but when they grow up, they see different sides. Trump spent more money with black people in the rap business than anybody.
But a lot of people's going to argue.
But I'm just saying, and the reason why
it was popular to get black votes?
Yes.
But the reason of that is because a lot of people don't know in the 1990s, late 1990s, Trump went in front of Congress trying to buy a casino reservation land. And remember, that's Indian land. And he went in front of Congress.
Well, like what Eric told, okay, so my cousin told him, didn't mean to interrupt you, because we were talking about all the pipeline and losing jobs or whatever.
Yeah.
So from what Eric told me, he researches a lot, which I still haven't got to go research for my own, but he said that was illegally, the pipeline.
It was stolen.
For the casinos?
But then that would be for Trump. No, I mean like the pipeline are running through the Indian territory right now.
Yeah, but listen, I said 1990. So
that was way back then.
Way back then. And what he said in front on Congress, and it's recorded on YouTube, he said, when you had me go to those Indian reservations, those Indians didn't look like those Indians you taught me in that looked like in the school book.
And that was in the 90s?
Yes, they were black.
So what did they...
So a lot of our people don't know that back then, that's when Trump knew that we were the true indigenous, and he went public.
Just hit
just don't touch it.
No, it's an alarm. It's going to keep going off.
Ignore.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby. There you go.
Okay.
I followed y'all. Nigga phone going off.
I'm popping.
So he did.
I don't know. Live video pause. Come on, man. Hey, you go check the video real quick.
All right.
Yeah, because we're... Hold on, y'all. For our YouTubers, while he's taking that break, make sure y'all hit subscribe, like, notifications on our page. Your page again?
GoddessQueenJustMe23. And the other one is Build a Nation by Word of Mouth.
Yeah, y'all make sure to tune into that. We had to take a quick break because we're also doing our first live show at the same time. We're good? All right. Sorry, y'all. We had to take a break. That nigga had a phone call, fucking up our show.
Sorry for my popularity.
Anytime the show fucks up, I just want to let y'all know it's him.
Sorry for my popularity, brother.
It was a clock.
Nigga, that was your boyfriend.
It don't matter, nigga. The clock knew what time it was.
It was a fucking alarm, bro. It was not.
You shut up with your rabbit.
Keystone XL pipeline from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico.
So what we were saying about Trump, so that's when he went publicly after everything after that. Every time that he went on the news, he would talk about how the people that was in the government was, and other people was saying that they were indigenous Indians, and he was like, they're not as, I have more Indian in me than they do, and he was talking about white people,
right?
Because they were going to claiming that they were 100%,
right.
And so he knew that was a lie because of him trying to go get the casino reservations, and when he went to go to the casino reservations, they were black, so that's when he knew that we were the true indigenous and the government was lying.
Right.
So again with Trump y'all don't know that Trump's grandfather was a part of Nikola Tesla's investigation, where Nikola Tesla was the first live alien to expose himself to the government.
I'm into shit like that too.
See,
I thought I was woke until Rasha came.
I believe in that
I've
shit
been
too.
Sleep like a motherfucker.
Tesla, yeah. So
alien?
he was alien. He was Palladian. He was the first Palladian to expose himself to the government, and they kept him alive until he was 80, so they can find some. It took them forever,
so they could study him.
Find somebody to study him, and then find somebody to take over his experiments. They waited till that man was 80 and killed him. Went in his house, took everything off from him, and it took 23 years.
Why do you think he's an alien, though?
We're all aliens. That's another thing that everybody doesn't know. When it comes to the pyramids and all that, they were alien.
Illegal alien.
If they built that shit like that, then wasn't them Home Depot.
There's bloodlines. There's the Anunnaki, which is Uman-Ra's bloodline. There's the reptilians, which was the ones that came here with Uman-Ra and Lucifer. You said Jesus, right? You said Jesus. Lucifer and Ra that's his daddy. Lucifer is Ra, and he became a fallen angel because they said a fallen angel, which came from the sky. In Ezekiel, they talk about UFOs. If they didn't take out the book of Enoch, we would have knew who we were, because that was the part where they talk about Uman-Ra and the aliens and all that stuff, but they removed it out the Bible. To keep it hidden.
Keep us at bay.
Yes. So it's.
I don't know that for a fact. I'm going to research it, but I would.
However, it makes sense.
I know for sure everything. We don't know shit. They don't give us enough information.
So it's
not at all.
It's the Anunnaki, the reptilians, the Greys. Okay. So let me just go with the history. So the Anunnaki and the reptilians came here to mine gold. Earth was a new land. So when they came to mine gold, and these beads that I'm wearing right now, turquoise, rubies, all that stuff in the mines, right? Remember back then, the only jobs they gave people were mine jobs.
Mines. Yeah.
Okay, so you're connecting the puzzle pieces, right? Uh-huh. So The reptilians' job was to build under, while the pharaohs and the giants build on top.
On top.
Right?
Yeah.
Lucifer became a fallen angel because he fell in love with a reptilian, which is Lilith in the Bible.
Man, I gotta go.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta.
Read the Bible.
Yeah, they don't. They just go off of what the pastor tell them, and that's it.
People in prison do.
Yeah,
they do, and then they come back. They come back claiming
they program us with too much time to do other shit
right.
versus researching.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah. So Lucifer's story is another series that they gave you is Star Wars, Darth Vader. That's Lucifer. Same thing whenever. The last one they had, he was not supposed to have baby and all that stuff because he was high honor and all that stuff. It's the same thing with Lucifer with Ra. He was high honor. He was the first lieutenant, and he was not supposed to. If you go back in Alien Species, any alien movie they give you, you're not supposed to cross-contaminate your breeds because it removes your royalty and it takes away your DNA. Right?
Wow. Wait, say that again. You're not supposed to what?
Crossbreed.
Crossbreed. Like what you is, nigga.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean? Yeah,
you a crossbreed.
There's no royalty in you, man.
No, that's not true.
No, not motherfucking true.
He got like 25% royalty in him.
Yeah. So they had the first war. So the first war that was on Earth is also when they start they call it whitewashing, and they start rewriting everything. They named it the Battle of Elu and Iku, and that's Lucifer's and Ra's first battle on Earth. And Ra's bloodline won that battle. It was the Lucifer and the reptilians against Ra and his grandkids that was here in the cruise ship. They won that battle, but they did not know that they didn't kill all the reptilians because guess what? The reptilians can go under, and we couldn't. They couldn't.
Yeah, I got you.
So whenever they were fighting, some of them went down under. Again, knowledge later on why they're building cavemans came, right? Where did they come from?
Reptilians.
Underneath the ground.
Underneath, yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So a lot of people are not paying attention to you. All you have to do is
it
go
makes
back,
sense. You just
go back.
it makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta
when
go back.
I hear it makes sense.
So the second war was the reptilians. The reptilians created the Greys. Okay. And the Greys are the ones that are known, that is documented by video with President Eisenhower, a contract.
You threw me off with that shit.
Yeah, no, it's there. Trust me, it's there. He has it's on YouTube where he fucking has a contract where he writ, and it's a little fucking gray alien
I know,
sitting at the fucking table with him, and he's signing a fucking contract, and the contract was that the Greys can abduct any person they wanted to in return of technology.
And we started, you know how many people is missing?
Yes. So
and nobody has any ideas.
So, yeah, that's a scary thing.
So that's what was happening. That's what our government was doing behind our backs. But you remember the second war was the Greys, the reptilians summoned the Greys to help them to beat Ra and them. When Ra lost that second war, that's when the land split. Okay. That's the reason why there's different pyramids, but they, like I told you, they bulldoze the ones in the United States.
To the top.
To remove to plateaus. There's pyramids all down Mississippi.
What? I'm trying to get woke.
I know. Like, no, I'm saying okay because I know you've really been watching her shit.
Sometimes I feel like I'm an alien.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. We are. That's what said you are. So there's that. So the Greys, right? And then the Palladians, they're more of the mermaids and the unicorns and the part of Atlantis. And that's the reason why they're the South is Atlantis. They don't know that because of everything that they have done.
Each race is a different alien, or is it just like...
So each species is a different race, right?
Okay, so like what are white
people? This nigga said
asking for a friend.
Bigfoot is Gorillian.
Well,
did Bobby say that?
Y'all have more reptilian blood in you than anything, okay? And then
that's why
they
could give head longer.
So it is if you don't know how to control it. That's what it says because everybody's DNA is activating. So if they don't know, everybody's so confused that they don't even know who they are. And they have all these different diagnoses that they can claim you as being schizophrenic, all this other stuff, just because they know that they have your blood. They know what you are, right? And then they also, like, when these people, how can I say it?
And Rasha coming back for like 3 more shows, nigga.
She gonna have me in bed.
Because I gotta go
I ain't gonna be able to sleep at all tonight.
Every fucking thing so I could come back.
Right.
I don't like just being
I'm gonna be watching.
Uneducated to it.
But the Greys, but y'all know the Greys is the midgets. So the midgets is their bloodline. So everything that they had in the circus, was the original people, and they kept them in circuses for a reason, because once they got a part of the controlling of the genetics, and people didn't have tails in the back of their bodies anymore, and they didn't have this, because remember Charles Darwin experimented on all his kids. Mm-hmm. His whole and killed them. All of them, because
he experimented. He experimented on all his kids.
All his kids, and killed them, because his job was to build a genetic species that would be able to compete when those pharaohs wake up.
Oh, okay.
So when he made that survivor to the fittest, that his little comments, it's a hidden agenda behind that.
Okay, I see the connection. Yeah. However, I still got to go back, like T said, I got to go back and research.
But that's what I said. It's kind of hard talking, because, like I told you, I lost. They didn't fire me in my job, but I knew I was like underneath an investigation and all that shit because of the stuff that I was saying on my channels. That you're putting out, and they were. Yes. So like I said, when a Black person has their awakening, you find out that pretty much they got you struggling in your own shit.
Yeah.
Each day, Monday through Sunday, they got you struggling in your own shit, and then you put me through a school system for 18 years and brainwashed me to make me believe that I came from Africa when my family members was here this whole time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's not only did you brainwash my people, you brainwashed them too.
And then it ain't even that. It's like they took away all of that. And then they gave us some shit that don't even really help you in life.
But it's all a part of their system. It's all a part of confusing you, because they know that your soul, each year that you grow, each birthday, you are elevating on a spiritual level as well as your 3D avatar body. And I tell everybody, when you go through a spiritual awakening, you got to see yourself as a video game. Your life is just like a video game. And you're tapped into your own avatar body, and you're controlling, just like the Matrix when he said they plugged them in.
Yeah, plug them in. Unplug this bitch.
Connecting every dot to everything in the entire universe or some shit like that.
Yeah, I am. Trust me, I'm the truth. I know who I am, and that's what, like I told you, when I went public on my channel, people, they laughed. They thought I was gonna tank.
Yeah.
They thought I was not going to make it. They thought
there's people listening.
Now
there's people that want to be woke.
So there's my family members that I was telling them shit that, 3-4 years ago.
Now it's coming to fruition.
Now they're upset because they didn't listen to me.
Earlier
because now we are all on this time clock and we don't know. And that's the thing. They want everybody to be deer in headlights, not knowing that everybody has a time clock.
So have some of some of the ones that have said you're crazy, that are closest to you, that was probably real tight with you and kind of
pushed me to the side,
shot away, have any of them kind of people came back to you now?
Because yes, they came back. Because they have their own
and I was going to say, how did they come back?
That's what I'm saying. How did they come back?
So they have their own spiritual awakening. So they start coming and asking me certain questions. Say, Rasha, this happened, blah, blah, blah. Are the ones that, and then if they don't come to me, I see what they start posting on YouTube or their social media. And if their whole language and stuff changes, lets me know.
They finally caught theirs.
Yeah. You ain't going to give me the shout out,
praise
and all that shit.
But you know.
You know.
So what causes a spiritual awakening? Because some people could just not ever catch it, right?
Oh, yes. Okay. Because everybody's not meant to wake up. Okay. And see, some people are meant to wake up, but they have enhanced everything.
Do you think that goes with just the person not really trying to wake up?
No, because there's a lot of other things that are involved in controlling you that you're not aware of. And a lot of people don't know that our people are automatically underneath black magic, because of who our ancestors are, the Egyptians. So again, when they took the Mexico, we were talking about Mexico, the Aztecs, the Mayans, whenever the Illuminati and the Freemasons went over there and got that territory, they took the keys of life. That's where they got the book of life and all that information from. Okay. So they knew how to manipulate time. Benjamin Franklin and all that stuff. So in the 1700s, Benjamin Franklin created the daylight saving time but every time we do that, we lose 4 hours.
Damn.
So just to think about it, if they've been doing it since the 1700s, how much time have you lost? How old are you really?
Yeah. Damn.
That's you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So their calendars from the holidays, from all that stuff that we are forced to take a part of, not knowing what it is since you are a child, right? So it's kind of hard to say, you showed me this Jesus, and when I turn 20, I'm confused because this is who you showed me all my life. It's a hard struggle. And then you got family and friends that still take part of it. So it was hard. Yeah. I tell anybody.
Wait, so you don't celebrate holidays?
I don't.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I don't, because each
I don't either
has a hidden agenda.
When I ain't got a job.
Like the whole thing with a Christmas tree, people don't know that the Christmas tree represents hanging slaves.
Oh,
putting the ornaments.
I didn't know that.
Putting the ornaments on it is a hanged slave.
Damn, and that's fucked up because they got little black angel ornaments.
So I'm sorry to go back,
but
I'm looking about Nikola Tesla, and it's saying that I'm trying to find where you said he was an alien or whatever.
No, so that's what I said. You got to go back to there's a lot of documents on YouTube. So go with Nikola Tesla exposing himself to the government as the first alien.
I see that it says he states that a biographer said that the scientists had contact with aliens. Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, so he had contact with aliens. That means that
he was one.
Man, bro.
Well, I'm just confirming some of it, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
But there's a whole like let me tell you something. When I opened my Build a Nation by Word of Mouth channel, right? Because I knew I was gonna put myself as a target. So there was, when you go in a spiritual awakening, you start doing your studying and all this stuff. And I ran across this man named Simon Parks. And he's also a person that publicly talks about his abductions. So you can look him up.
Wait, he's been abducted multiple times?
Since he was 5 years old. There's a lot of people that have been abducted since they were 5, since they were babies. And they've been hiding this. Not only that, so this is how crazy your spiritual awakening is. When you're having a spiritual awakening, there's certain people that's coming to you while you're having awakening in a certain field that's coming to help you understand a certain situation. So I had a friend that I worked with personally, this white boy, and when I first met him, I knew that something was wrong with him. So every time that he would have his abduction, he would be fine. They would come back and abduct him like every 6 months. And he would go missing for like 2 weeks. And then he will come back. And then he will be this totally different person. So he went publicly, talked about his abductions. He said that he even met so American Horror Story, right? Tells you about what happened with the churches, the nuns, and how the government has been a part of all this shit.
I don't trust the government at all.
But I'm saying they tell you about how. Wait, they don't even know San Angelo is an American Horror Story. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
You told me that.
I'm glad you did, because let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Like I just told you, San Angelo was ancient land, and they didn't know that, right?
Right.
Out of every city in the United States, why San Angelo goes with Syracuse and other cities. Nobody know where the fucking San Angelo is. Why would you put that on a popular
I barely know.
I say that show? Shit, niggas be like, where the fuck is that?
But for them to say that, it was like, I was like, damn, my people don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know who we are, and because of the way that we've been taught.
Right,
and when it's time for us to stand up and get what's ours, we don't even know that we have all this shit because we've been taught that we were the shit at the bottom of the shoe. So it's kind of hard. Like, it's hard to tell a black man you're a god. Because guess what? They had that Bible that told them that was only one God. But guess what? If they go back, in the beginning, God said, create them in our... you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these niggas.
But you are. So Simon Parks, let me go back to Simon Parks. He is somebody that was a mayor for his city. And again, this man went back publicly in 2009, start talking about his abductions, and they still elected him as a mayor.
So what was he saying they was doing in abductions? Like studying
the
him?
Aliens.
No, they were like studying him? Like,
yes,
what do they do during these abductions?
Abductions, they study you. Just the same way that they show you on TV.
Because they try to give you that scare tactic, like they abduct you and stick that probe in you and shit.
They do that.
Yeah.
That's
wait, they do?
Yes, that's not a lie.
They do that to you.
That's not a lie. They
that's
do
funny,
that.
Terrence.
They do that. It's not a lie. That's
how is that
exactly
part of an
they
experiment?
Called them
because
put that probe in
remember, they're aliens and you are a part of their experiment.
But it does not mean you could penetrate me.
Oh,
I don't understand what they.
That nigga's getting.
I don't understand. No, I don't understand.
Go back to sleep, nigga.
I don't understand that part of the studying. Like, I understand, like, if you fucking with like our mind and shit, like you trying
That's what they're poking you for.
I'm telling you right now, Rasha got me fucked up. She whooping my ass on this one. You wait, she's coming back.
You've been getting your
nigga,
ass
I like
for
to
a long
read
time.
too. I just don't be knowing what to read. I want to read.
You want to counter punch with Rasha.
But let me tell you,
No, I mean I might
like
be all agreed, but I would like to know as well.
Right.
That's just some shit. Everybody on here, y'all should want to know this shit too.
This is how I knew.
You really can't rebuttal on what she's saying, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
This is how I knew that they were watching me, and I knew that the information that I was going to start leaking was going to make me a target. And so Simon Parks, like I told you, he has multiple videos on YouTube of him talking publicly.
Simon Parks.
It's Parkes.
Oh,
so
yes.
Just so you know, yes. And he's on YouTube, and he has all these documents, and people have done interviews from other companies with him and everything. And it was this one document that I watched, and it was back in 2017 when he did it. And they were talking about it was called the Reptilian Agenda.
Okay.
And the dude that was interviewing him, they were talking about what's the reptilian agenda and how everybody doesn't know that aliens exist. And he was like, how everybody, like certain people that are, the Greys, reptilian species that has their blood in them, they can abduct them. Black people can't get abducted unless you have the majority of that species in you. And he tells you that. So that's why.
Did he say why though? Like,
because we're Anunnaki. They can't touch us. There's different species, so there's all. That's what I said. There's certain things.
So is that what you're saying? That's why you shouldn't. You shouldn't crossbreed.
They can touch you. That's what she's saying.
No,
they can't touch us.
That's
but what they were saying, you're not supposed to crossbreed because of that. I put two and two together. I put two and two together.
Yes, right. So you're not supposed to crossbreed.
So now that makes sense.
Now, then once you crossbreed, because you're giving them the availability to take over.
Unless you're already an alien. I crossbred and my kids is safe.
Yes, thanks to their mother. Come. Shout out to their mother.
Look how them headphones sit on that nigga's noggin. They're screaming.
Y'all are stupid.
Old tankhead looking
this nigga
ass
got
boy.
A hoodie with no neck. Thumb head. Have you don't quit swinging your damn feet over there, Bobby?
Hey, well, you know what? Hey, let's.
But we didn't even finish about Trump.
Let's switch that up. Let's switch it up. Let's get on some other shit, and then because I'm gonna need you to come back.
I told you, Dallas is like my
on time home. This time.
She was on time. She was 10 minutes early. Nigga, your ass usually.
Who is crying?
Rasha,
who is crying in there?
I'm gonna go research. I want to come back and I want to hear different elements of this show.
We might have to do parts. You
gave them enough to research because you gave me enough to research on that.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not going to be like a quick, let me check it out. Like,
no, this
you
is
have
learning.
to.
This is
you have to dig deep in.
But y'all, let me tell you that, because like I said, everything is a program to stop you from getting your information, what you need.
Okay.
So once you tap in to try to wake yourself up, just know that there's other people that's going to come in to distract you and stop you from where you're needing to go.
With everything.
And they will, and that comes from your kids, from your family members, to your friends, to your enemies. Right? So let's say if you were sitting down and you're studying, right? And you want to say, okay, I'm going to set an hour aside to do
I need to be in silence.
Yeah.
Check this out. But guess what? Your kid going to blow up your phone. Your mama going to call. Your dog is doing this. And that's when you're going to start paying attention. Okay.
Something trying to stop me from gathering.
Yes.
But don't you feel like that sometimes anyway?
That's how it is. But
like when you're trying to,
but it's probably for that.
Yes,
the
I talked about the Truman Show the other day to somebody.
And that's the first thing I tell people when you go on a spiritual awakening, there's certain movies for you to watch. The Truman Show. And think of it that way all your life moving forward, that you're trying to get to a destination, and everybody, regardless if it's your little baby that you holding, is in the fucking way.
Yeah. So how do you do what?
We have distractions every day.
Oh yeah, distractions every day.
Yeah.
For sure, but how do you? I mean, there's certain things that's going to distract me that I feel obligated to tend to. Like if it's my child, like I feel obligated to tend to. So how do you avoid not getting that study time in that you need?
It's so much.
You turn your goddamn phone off.
You turn your phone off. So some people don't. They refuse to turn their phone off,
right?
Or they refuse to let their they refuse to just take that me time. I don't it's different when you have a baby, right? But if you have certain people that will watch your kids do that
and give you that time,
give you that time,
just give me an hour.
But some people they don't have. Some people they have it where it's set that they are not going to give you that time because they know who you are. Your soul is, so they're gonna program everybody else that's come in your life to stop you from going where you need to go. And once you can see that, like I told you, you'll start seeing that physically. Like I had to have conversations with my kids because I knew that every time I wanted to sit down and do a reading, here comes my kids.
How do your kids feel? How do your kids feel about what you do?
I told you what my daughter said at first.
Right, I know what you're telling me, but they didn't hear.
Now my son, I'm so proud of my son. Because I know my son is also a fallen pharaoh just like me. So, but I didn't know he was, the other day we were talking, because one thing that you also do when you go through a spiritual awakening, they say the eyes tells the truth to your soul and your spirit.
Yeah, the eyes are the window to your soul.
Yes. Yeah. So when you go through your spiritual awakening, one thing that happens is your 3D, your third eye starts opening up.
Right.
So you're going to start seeing things that you didn't see before because you were not in an energy where your body was slowed down. They have us moving fast paced, right?
Right.
Monday through Friday, from the time that you get up to the time to lay down, you're programmed to move the way that they want you to move. But once you start paying attention to, like, let's say you start studying some of this stuff and you start seeing it physically, right? Then it puts you in a whole nother dimension, in a whole nother realm. Right. Okay. So with my kids, they thought I was crazy. I had arguments with them. We went back and forth yelling, kids, daddy, all that. But like I knew just me doing what I was doing because of the feedback that I was getting from everybody else and just from my knowledge, I knew, okay, well, as long as I do what I do, my kids will follow me. Right. Right. And if they don't follow me, you also have to watch because it's so much that our people don't know about. They don't know about black widows. They don't know about that your mom can be a karmic from a past life that was your mother in this lifetime. And if you are a pharaoh, your mother is going to took you through prostitution, crack, all that stuff when you was a child because you were a pharaoh and they designed her to be your mama to stop you from going through the transition that you're supposed to go through later on in life. But guess what? You love your mama because they installed that you're supposed to be in the Bible, obey your parents, honor their father and their mother. That's the biggest setup when they gave you those labels. Our ancestors didn't go by labels. The Egyptians didn't go by labels because they knew that their soul can go reincarnate. So when they brought somebody in, they already had it set up that they already knew who it was. Our ancestors.
You coming back?
Yeah, our ancestors.
Right, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's so much stuff. Like you find out when a parent finds out that their child is a black widow, somebody that was put there to stop you from progressing, or your baby daddy was a black widow, your mama was a black widow, your daddy was a black widow, your sister was a black widow. Our people don't know what that shit is.
Don't forget baby mamas.
Baby mamas, it's all, they play all roles.
Right.
Right? And that's a tough thing for a person to find out. There's so many different, to this matrix, there's so many vertex. And what I mean by vertex, different type of chapters that you have to get out of. So you get out this religion, you go to spiritual, they don't just stop there. Then you got to figure out, okay, well, who is my soul and my spirit? What else are you hiding? And a lot of our people, they'll get out of religion and they'll stop. Or they'll find out, oh, I'm Indian, and they'll stop. Okay, well, who were the Indians? Who was the Indians people? Like, why are you just stopping there? Keep going. And once you keep going, that's why I said, when I knew that Texas was Egypt,
yeah.
Oh, man, you couldn't tell me a motherfucking thing.
So do you feel like some people just have, like, they just don't want to know? Like,
they don't, but they're programmed that way not to know. It's not our people don't know. They are
programmed to not do the work.
Man, we programmed to think we got to go to work for 9 to 5.
You got to
live life like
and
that
was never was supposed to be.
We know that.
Right.
It was never supposed to
be. So
you
could kind of say we opened up a little bit like we're trying to do a podcast, you know?
Yeah.
Most people could just settle for their 9 to 5 all day.
No, you're getting out. Like
you got to get outside of yourself. You got to get outside. We got to get out.
But what was I reading today where they was talking about, or you had showed me how?
Oh, somebody else had posted it.
It was something that I already kind of seen happening, but to see somebody else like write about it was kind of dope. Pretty much it was talking about.
Yeah, it was author of Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah,
he said, unemployment to spread, technology replaces people, driverless trucks on the road in 2021, 3 million truckers lose jobs, Zoom will replace teachers, entrepreneurs have brighter future than employees because entrepreneurs don't need jobs and create jobs. Entrepreneurs are the future. Which somebody else posted. I stole it. But they stole it too. So
yeah.
Oh, so the thing, my son. So I remember Drea. Y'all know Andrea.
Yeah.
So me, Andrea, and my cousin Renoya, we all worked at a job together called Office Depot in a call center together. So I had both of my cousins, one on my daddy's side and one on my mama's side. So while I'm going through this spiritual awakening stuff, I was watching Simon, and he was saying that if you pay attention to their eyes, you can see it. So this is the same thing that they have like Nicki Minaj and all them on YouTube where their eyes moves, and that's how you can tell they're shapeshifters and they're reptilian. Man, one day.
Hold on.
Yes, yeah.
Wait, damn! I gotta look back at videos now. I don't watch music videos no more.
You ain't a shapeshifter,
man. Wait,
nigga.
listen. Y'all
I shifted some shapes. Elvis
shape-shifted numerous times.
And the nigga stole niggas' songs too. I know he was shape-shifting, stealing niggas' songs.
he shape-shifted numerous of times when he was on live camera. There's a little girl while he was they have it on YouTube while he was standing next to her, and the little girl was watching his face, and you can see her face go like, what the fuck? And they had to stop it. And he came back 20 minutes later and his whole face changed. It was totally different. So he was.
Wait, so what do their eyes do?
So the dude that let me tell you, it slithers. It slithers just like a
snake.
Like, just like, okay, because.
Like snake, or it will switch. Like
it could swipe all the way around, like.
Yes. Glitch, like a glitch.
A glitch?
Like a slither.
That nigga wouldn't understand.
Like a slither. It does a slither, and then some of them it glitches, like where it goes from brown to green, and but it's like you know how like an animal's eyes or reptile eyes. Right. Man, I was sitting next. Listen, I was interviewing that they were interviewing me, right? So I'm learning all this shit. So I'm like, okay, my ancestors said my third eye open. I need to pay attention because I read cards, so I know when certain things gonna happen in my life. I just need to see the signs when all the shit happened. So I'm sitting next to him, and his fucking eye did it, and I had put my hands just like this to calm myself down because I was like, am I fucking tripping?
The interviewer's eyes did that?
The dude did it. He was sitting next to me right here, and he did it. And I was looking at him. I'm in his face. We're this close, so I'm close to him. And he did it, and I was like, oh shit. And like in my head. And then I was like, I'm tripping. And then he did it again. Like 5 minutes later, he did it again. And then ever since then, like they told you, when you go through a spiritual awakening and you start seeing them for who they are, you're not supposed to let them know that they see you. You see them.
Okay.
Because that's how they can bring chaos to your life when it comes to your jobs and all that other stuff too. Because remember, they're hidden.
Right.
They're hidden. They know who they are. They tell you there's people that walk next to you every day when you go to the store, and they know that they're activated, but you don't know that they're activated, right? And it's people that sit there and they keep that as a secret until it's survival of the fittest. You see what I'm saying? They already been getting abducted since they were 5, so they know what they're supposed to do. And Simon talks about that. So what I did was that video, he mentions about how in 2012 that the mantises, right? So the 5 different bloodlines, it's the Anunnaki, the reptilians, the Greys, the Palladians, and the mantises, and then the giants is also now considered as their own breed too, right? So the mantises are like the referees. Remember, they gave us the mantises in the cartoon Space Ghost.
Yeah.
So remember, they're introducing us to these species, but we're not.
Man, that's crazy. We're not catching it.
You know,
remember
we're
that
not
cartoon?
catching.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Do you remember? You used to watch it?
Yeah. I was on cartoons and Fruit Loops.
Every Saturday.
Well, not Fruit Loops.
I had Cocoa.
Color rounds.
Yeah, I used to fuck with the Cocoa Blast.
The cheap ones.
Coming
the
in the
wick
bag.
ones.
Yeah. So they gave us a lot of shit to help us when it was time for you to wake up. It's just that you're going to be pissed off because you didn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They said that the mantises in 2012 agreed that they were going to phase 2, right? Phase 2 of the next programming step. That's when they start pushing those 4G devices and all that stuff to put next to your hip, because they knew that if you put... Our kids now sleep with this shit on talking to
under their pillows
sometimes. Under their pillows.
Yeah. Nigga, we do too.
And all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So they took part of that thing to stop you from raising your vibration frequency. So a lot of people, once you get out of that, it's just like you start paying attention to everything. So I was mad. I went to work upset. I was pissed off. I was like, I'm an Indian. It was one white lady was like, she's not lying. And they really are indigenous. And I really feel bad for them. But everybody else does not know that. So it's hard to have a battle with somebody that's not your race. And then they sitting there saying, well, in the school books, they taught us. That shit is not true.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like they lied to me, they lied to you. And I really feel bad because it's going to be all like a light switch when everybody get the information. And what Caucasians don't know is that they have Manelan in them because of the way that they have, like Charles Darwin did. Like he said, his grandmother he has Indian in him. That is true because they were $5 Indians back then. They paid $5 for one of our ancestors.
Bro, that sounds so disrespectful.
Yeah, you're great. But listen.
They was $5 Indians.
I'm finna tell you, $5 Indians. So
but back then, that's a lot of money.
What they did was they paid.
I feel you, but that sounds bad.
They paid $5 just to take one of our ancestors inside of their home so they can mate and crossbreed to make their genetics stronger. So it's all documented.
I got $5 for this Navajo.
And then not only that, like I said, I had a friend that I work with, and she sat in front of me. So when I was going through my spiritual awakening, she said that her great-grandmother, she was like, my great-grandmother was black. She was like, but I'm white. She's like, but I know I came from a black person. And a lot of people, they know that. Because
this has got, now would be the time I should smoke.
Not that bag from 97.
Dude,
not the Reggie.
Oh, but Simon was saying in that documentary, and they removed it. So I reached out to those people, the people that got on YouTube, and I said, hey, I sent them an email. I got the email till this day. And I was like, hey, I would like to use your some of your content. I don't want to use all of it, just a clip that's like not even 5 minutes, so I can explain to my people, because we're in the dark.
There them fives go.
We're in the dark.
There them fives go.
We're in the dark. We're in the dark.
$5
together,
5 minutes earlier, the 5 on the
Yes. So $5.
Okay.
I'm tapped the fuck.
You got a big ass head. I knew you was gonna catch something.
Where's this nigga at?
Don't worry about it.
That's one of them $5 Navajos right there. Hey, y'all niggas, hey, I woke the fuck up, nigga.
Nah.
3 hours of sleep. Rasha got me. I'm woke.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, we'll see how woke
But-
you
I
are when
had
you
a
can't
third
sleep because
eye.
you're having nightmares and shit.
But I reached out to them and I asked them if I could use some of their content, and they emailed me back and said no. Right? So that's when I knew.
Wait, did they give an explanation?
No.
They're not going to give an explanation on that.
I mean, sometimes they be like,
They
oh,
said
for
no, but check this
copyright
out.
issues,
It
whatever.
gets better. So when they told me no, I was like, okay, well, I made a video, and it's my videos on my Build a Nation by Word of Mouth, and I used some of Simon's content on there talking about
after they told you no?
But after they told me no, I used another part of Simon's thing. I emailed the other dude, and they said it's like a copyright thing. If they don't reply back to you,
Within so long,
yeah, so
you could use it.
I can use it. So he never replied back to me, so that let me know I can use that part of it. But the one that I wanted from 2017, that company would not let me use it.
Yeah, they answered
So there are
quick.
two different companies, right? Check this out, though. So a year later, do you know they took that whole fucking video off their channel? People took that content and was like using it to like put there and make their own videos.
Right.
Had YouTube remove all of their content. If it was other YouTube subscribers that used it, removed it. And then on top of that, they removed it off of their website.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
that lets me know, bingo, Rasha,
Yeah.
that information that you heard
Yeah.
You
was
wasn't
big.
supposed
And
to.
remember,
Yeah.
it was
You
called
weren't.
the hidden agenda of the reptilians. And he mentions that we are in. So like a lot of people don't know that we are in a dome. That whole the earth is flat, the earth is round, blah 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 blah. Round Rock is built on top of a cabin. So that should let you know that it's not fucking what?
So they're not going in space?
Yes, exactly. So it's not round.
So they're not going in space.
No, so let me tell you, so we're in a dome. So whenever they said their ozone layer was cracking, their dome was cracking. So you know that little snowball that they give you and they shake and shit?
Yeah.
That's what you're
Snow
pretty.
globe.
Yes, you're in
Snow
one of
globe,
those.
yeah.
To where it like hits the top.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because one thing Tupac said was that if I had a motherfucking rocket, I would rocket out this hoe.
Yeah, but you seen that, right?
Yeah, and it just
goes and then it just stops.
Yeah.
And it falls. It hits something and you even hear it. It sounds like glass.
yeah, it's the dome.
I swear to
It's
God.
the dome.
It sounds like
So remember, there's footage of people recording in their sectors and areas where they can see tall giants in the clouds walking.
I haven't heard about any of this.
Well, if you're in a dome, remember if we're in a dome, they have us in a dome.
You're saying
Right. Oh,
I get what you're
Giants
saying.
Yeah.
Or on the outside of the dome.
Outside of
the
it. Yeah.
dome. Yes.
Fuck.
Now y'all getting it.
yeah. I mean, I get it. I don't know that.
Now you getting it.
Yeah, I
so,
get it. I said it before you.
So-
nigga.
that
I
makes
got it.
sense.
No, you didn't say
I mean,
that.
Yeah. But
ants
so-
are
Trying to
so
be first.
tiny.
But so not
compared to
only
us.
that, do
Watch
they
the show back.
need the pharaohs to wake up? Because they know the pharaohs is the only ones that can save them. Because remember when they came out with the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
That was
Guardians of the
their
Galaxy.
alert to let us know that we were in a galactic war. Remember, Ross said he was coming back to get his kids. Remember, Putin went public and said that he was fighting the Anunnaki in Russia.
And
If
that's when
Trump
they
did not
poisoned
go
him, right?
public about it, and guess what Trump did? Oh, 3 months later, I need a space military. You see how sly as a fox? But our people were not catching that. You see what I'm saying? So they're already prepared to go to war because they know there's a whole document on YouTube called HR 129 Classified. Wait, let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do this because I want y'all to hear this.
Just go back
Okay.
after this. Just go back and listen to Big Crit.
Big who?
which one?
You know he got a wife beater on under
Gal-
that.
Who got a wife?
No, wife beater.
Oh.
We're talking about what's under T's hoodie.
Okay, listen. So this
90% of the people.
This is-
How grown up of y'all?
this is a government man back 13 years ago in front of Congress, right?
Emergency response funding up to and including, I'm sorry, this section is classified. dollars to prepare
sure.
for a national-level terrorist attack and/or attack from classified. Funding for first responder personnel and vehicles would be doubled if said attack leads to more than 80% of national population being affected by classified. This funding shall commence in conjunction with the first attack on classified, or the first large-scale outbreak of classified.
13 years ago,
dependent upon
COVID,
which
right?
comes first. Civilian and military units shall be trained in containment and combat of classified, including irradiated classified with possibility of classified airborne, classified flesh-eating, classified, and or all of the above in such event as classified spewing, classified escape, are released or otherwise become uncontrollable. Air Force units may also be directed to combat said classified.
Yeah.
Listen, this is
Due to their
interesting.
enormous size and otherworldly strengths.
Listen.
Should event occur in urban areas?
Pause.
Urban areas.
Listen what he say.
Classified.
That's classified, far surpassing our darkest nightmares. Should casualties exceed classified body disposal actions, shall be halted and associated resources shall be reallocated to classified underground, classified protected birthing centers. A new Bill of Rights shall be drafted and approved by classified. Having now reviewed the bill, I ask you to please cast your votes.
Nigga,
that nigga is horrible. Everything was fucking classified. Why do the...
But no, but listen to what he said. He said urban. Who's urban?
Us.
That's us.
Negroes.
Exactly. And then he said, what? Underground birthing centers. Okay, so remember the Underground Railroad here, that whole Harriet Tubman shit, that shit was false. And if she did exist, she was helping them take the indigenous people back to the underground laboratories that these motherfuckers, the governments had. In the movie Us, they tell you at the beginning of the movie Us, there's underground railroads all across the United States that have been used to harvest and remove people. They say that at the beginning of the movie Us. So you're telling me that you already have in plan 13 years ago that if we activate our powers, you're going to already take my child, because you said birthing center.
Yeah, you said
that's my daughter.
Right.
And use like you did with my ancestors a long time ago. This time you're gonna do it in a way that I don't even know where the fuck you at, because I didn't know there was an underground city underneath here.
Yeah.
You see, but our people don't see what they already have this set up. Martial law, all that shit is already set up for a reason. This coronavirus was created to detect a certain species in a person. The person that came out with the coronavirus told the government not to test anybody because it's already 75% dormant in a person's body.
From the get-go.
From the get-go. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they got our people brainwashed, bro.
I believe that. I 100% believe we're programmed for everything.
Oh, yeah, I definitely believe that. But I don't believe...
Okay. I'll tell you. Part of programming. Okay?
Okay.
So the other day, I happened to be looking for some jeans in the men's section.
Oh, is that when you sent me that picture?
Online. And I scrolled down.
Yeah.
And it was a white dude and a nigga wearing some assless jeans on the Levi's site, and it said Pride, and they had heels on. If that ain't programming us to be gay now.
No, I think it might be programming.
When they start selling assless jeans on Levi's
when niggas started
website.
asking for them.
I don't understand if you speaking on gay stuff, they've been putting in our faces with kids.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's just part of programming.
I don't know if it's programming you necessarily to be gay, but it's definitely programming you to accept it. Because
what do you
but that's a possible way of stopping reproduction.
Reproduction, right.
Alice
population
Bailey,
control.
Thank you.
I feel
Alice Bailey.
I feel you.
Bailey.
I'm woke.
Do I know her?
Yeah, have you ever
I woke
heard of
up.
her? Like,
is that white lady that got glasses?
She's like old
Too La La.
school or whatever. She was
Yes, I know who you're talking about. She the one that went public about a map.
She wrote 10 these 10 laws or whatever.
Alice Bailey. I think I know what you're talking about.
And the 10 laws were like, the first one was like
I think that live got a time limit on it, see?
Basically make
what?
Children not believe
the live do?
Parents not allowed to control their kids or whatever. Like, and then they were.
You wanna? How long are we on?
Well, the reason why they're saying, okay, I understand her.
Post it to IGTV and go back on while she's talking.
Okay.
It's
Well,
paused?
have to. No,
well, no, because I think
off.
there's a time limit on
what
live.
I'm saying
right?
is
like
just go ahead.
So long.
Hey, go ahead, post it. Go ahead, post it.
Yeah.
Put the tags on there or whatever, and then
I gotta do all that.
Yeah, you got to, and then just start up the next live. We're still
But
going.
we're
So
gonna talk
YouTube
about
is
that.
y'all keep talking.
How about I just save it and then I'll go back and
I
post
heard
it?
a lot about the.
Because I don't know if you could do that when you have it on IGTV.
Basically, like was talking about these 8 centuries that you
All
can
right.
open up in your vertebrae or something like that. You have to never do drugs. You have to live out in the wilderness or something like that. You have to basically have no contact with other humans, and you're able to open up these centuries, or it's also called chakra maybe.
Chakra.
But they're actually called centuries. That's what I saw before, and there's 8 of them, but there's also a 9th one. And
There's actually 12. It's a total of 12 chakras, but they only teach you about 7. And
this 9th one that they were talking about that you can basically I don't know.
you know what they are, the end game, Thanatos, the ring, the stones represent the 7 chakras. That's what that is. And people don't pay attention. I'm like Thanatos. I'm the ones that's trying to change everybody, bring everybody to the new era. So I will be Thanatos when it comes to getting everybody where we need to go. So that's how I see. But the chakras, that's the end game, the whole thing for that was about the chakras. Chakras. So, but the lady said something about those kids, like you said, because one thing that Simon said in that documentary was that everybody reincarnates. So a lot of people don't see their kids as a old soul. Your son or your daughter can have an older soul than you, and you're their parent.
Yeah.
But we don't look at it that way. So we're also stopping our kids from their spiritual awakening because we're telling them not to do this and not do that. So that's one reason why Will Smith and Dwayne Wade allow their kids to be who they are, because they know we're in the system. They know that everybody has to get to a certain energy in order for their soul and spirit to stay here moving forward on 2000. They knew that, right? 2021 is the decade of Aquarius, which is known as the water bearer, which is you getting your soul and your spirit back, and then also your powers if you have them. So they already put movies out there like Black Lightning, TV series for our people, and they told you what they've been doing with these runaway kids and taking them, and the kidnapping these kids and doing these experiments, and not even only that, our bodies don't die. Yeah. That's another thing that's getting ready to get exposed because we don't die. So we're thinking we're burying our family members, not knowing that they're taking our family members' bodies and putting them where? Underneath the ground.
And then
what? And then what happens?
That's what hell is, because they have access to your body because you thought you were dead. So they can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Then with my body?
But I'm saying you
burn it?
No.
I'm asking.
That's what they used to do. Back in the day, they used to burn them.
Is it okay to burn them?
I don't know if you can burn them now. I don't know if that shit is legal for you to burn, y'all.
You take your ass out there and burn a body if you want to.
My grandfather got cremated.
Oh, no. I'm talking about you going in your backyard doing
You don't know, but I'm saying you don't know your grandfather got you don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Our people don't know that.
I know if he go burn a fucking body in his backyard, he's out of there. I know that much.
So what is his name? Orlando Bloom. That's what his name was. He was an American God, and they removed him off American God because he had
that part. I saw that piece. That was dope.
But he was that was the part of exposing the cemeteries
when he was in the ship. When he was on that ship.
Yeah, he was on the ship.
Right, when he was on that ship and talking with all the slaves. Yeah. That was crazy.
He was like, a little chocolate baby is kidnapped every 5 seconds. You know, like he was saying.
Yeah, that
so they removed him off of there for a reason.
That was powerful. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we had to
Hold on.
end it and then come back.
Hey, y'all, we back.
Sorry,
we've been going real long, so we got past the time limit, so we started back on. So Hey, y'all share this. Everybody that jumps on here right now, why don't y'all share that with a couple of y'all's friends?
Appreciate
share
it
that
if
with
you
us,
do.
a couple of y'all's friends. Well, shit, I think we're about an hour in. T, what's up, man? You had some topics you really wanted to hit with Rasha?
It was the Trump thing. We didn't never finish talking about the Trump thing.
Well, no, I just wanted to bring up. Well,
Hey, y'all share this with y'all's friends.
I do
and
want
y'all's
to
friends
say,
will share it with their friends.
I
So
do
we
want to
get back
say
popping.
I really did write my name on that presidential candidate.
I've actually never heard of that.
Okay, so guess what?
Make sure you pat yourself dry,
So
boo-boo.
when Kanye did that and he went public for that, he did that for a reason because Trump knew that there was a timeline that somebody from these indigenous tribes needed to stand up.
Okay.
So that was the whole reason why Kanye was like, I'm the first person to ever elect myself as president.
Right.
I did that.
Okay.
So guess what? So if I am who I say I am and these people know who I say I am, I just put myself as a target on that ballot. Nobody does that. It's like when
But why would you want to?
Because I want my shit.
You want
And
what
if I
they owe
have to
you.
go public in order to do it and make sure that the government know that I want my shit, they're gonna give me my shit, and that's how I saw it.
Okay.
So, but when you research it, only like 0.67% of people put their name on that ballot.
Yeah, I've actually never heard that. I missed that part with Kanye then, because
He did it for a reason.
Kanye got so far fetched to me, like I turned him off.
But he did it for a reason. He had some real topics that our people needed to pay attention to. He mentioned Nate Turner, and he said like Nate Turner is going to get to a time where you're going to have to be like Nate Turner, who's willing to do this for your freedom.
Right.
Same way that when you go through your spiritual awakening, you have to look at it that way, because guess what? Your family and friends is going to stop you because you ain't worshiping Jesus.
Right. Okay.
Hey, Seuss.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at it that same way. Okay, well, guess what? I don't gotta fuck with you just because you my mom, you my dad, my kid. I don't have to do that.
Right.
Me and you are on two different you're on your own spiritual battle. I'm on my own. How do I not know that they did not program me to have lay down with somebody, to have to bring destruction to my life?
Right.
So that's the questions that you start thinking about when you go through a spiritual awakening, when they start showing you certain things. And like I said, a lot of people don't make it through that because when it gets to that family vertex, it's hard to, like I said, classify a parent, a child, or somebody that was put there to stop you from moving forward. And that's where a lot of people don't make it out, right? They don't make it out of that. But if people go back to their childhood, if your mama was abusing you, your daddy was hitting you, all that stuff, you automatically, when I say Black Widow, you should know that's what your mama was, right? But they don't know that. They still have that mental installed to honor my mother, my father.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't do that when you go through a spiritual way. You have to remove labels completely.
Damn.
And a
That
lot
should
of people
change
are not,
the game.
yeah, a lot of people are not ready for that. When they get to that part, that's the biggest part. It's between this Jesus, the labels, and then once you get that, then realizing that these motherfuckers did all this just to stop you from being superior.
Right.
My kids better sleep a little longer. You don't honor me, I'm whipping your ass. You gotta be fucked up.
Some kids are meant to help wake their parents
Yeah.
up.
So
there was a TV series called Travelers.
I watched that.
Yes.
That shit was my shit.
How they use kids. So
Yeah.
remember in the Bible, they tell you
That
that
was
a
some good
child
shit.
from birth all the way to 10 is the most thing that's the highest that's as far as energy when it goes connected to God.
That's why it's always kids that see like.
Yeah, so remember, like I said, when you asked me that 15, if I was 15 and all that, I would have kept myself in that energy. And imagine if I would not scared myself back then, where I would have been now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like they said, that's one reason why they give everybody the shots too, because Simon said, once you're born, you are already programmed to do certain things. In that documentary, he mentioned how he was like, how is it possible for a 5-year-old boy to be able to play piano like Beethoven without any class lessons? Just get there and just start playing.
So they're saying it's genetic?
It's not a genetic thing. Anybody. He's just saying how is it possible for a 5-year-old without any teaching, get on a piano and play like Beethoven. He said it's because that soul of that child has been reincarnated every time, over and over and over and over and over. And when you come out of your mom's womb, they give you the shots. That's the first part of your brainwashing. And that's why they forced everybody back then to take the shots. It's the first part of your brainwashing, your first part of your genetic, you're installing you like into their program. Not only that, a woman is not supposed to lay down when they have a baby. Our ancestors not laying down. They were on a tree, standing up.
Damn. Freaks. So
they completely changed the whole body structure of your chakras that has to do with your whole aligning of it. Something called Kundalini, where it aligns everything.
Right.
So they know how, that's what I said, your food, everything that they give you is to stop you.
See, okay, so when you said when you come out of the womb, that's why they give you shots and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I'm the believer in, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but I've always looked at it like you have to make money, right? Like,
yeah, it's all a system.
Yeah. So like,
so
I've always felt like it was money based.
The pharmaceutical business is based off of their symbol is raw staff.
Right. Okay, I see what you did there.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everything, remember, numbers, signs, all that stuff is part of what it's like. It's witchcraft. It's all like the first when we were talking about the Ankh and the cross.
Yeah. The
cross is the symbol. The first is the witchcraft.
Did you understand what that symbol was? Like until today, I didn't know what that symbol meant. I knew Prince had it as a symbol, and like I've seen it, but I didn't know until she broke it down to me what it was.
Yeah.
The yin-yang?
No.
No.
The Ankh.
Okay. Yeah.
So
did you know what that was?
I knew it had to do with Egyptians, right? Or something.
It has to do with your ancestors.
Yeah, I guess. I've never.
Yeah, I didn't know, and I wasn't going to ask anybody.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't researched.
The Ankh is the first cross, right?
Are you familiar with this, Bobby?
So it's meaning of internal life. The first part of this is the feminine energy. The middle part is the child's, that's the womb, that's your child. Okay. And the bottom part is the man. That's how you connect the Trinity. When they created the cross, they removed the feminine energy. So remember, you're removing the feminine. That means that there's no Trinity. The Egyptians always knew there was three. Like they tell you 1 + 1 = 2. No, it should equal 3. Because if two people come together and have a baby, there's a third. Right? Trinity. The pyramids, 1, 2, 3 points at the end. Same thing. Mother, father, child. So when they created religion, they told religion that man should be dominant over a woman. Back in the Egyptian days, it was not that. The woman run everything. They gave you something. Black Panther. When the women were all the warriors, that's what happened back then. United States had Malta warriors. When it comes to the wings of the Malta, the Thunderbird represents the Malta wings. That's Isis was the first as far as the zodiacs. Libra represents Isis. Truth and justice. So it's all connected. It's just been rewashed and refabricated to. One of the things that pissed me off that they could have did with the biggest slap in the face is when they went public and said Nefertiti was Egyptian. That caught, and what was it? Good Morning America.
Good Morning America.
And it caught so many people's attention. And again, only people that's gonna fight for that is people like me, because we know that that's our ancestors, and we know just like how y'all did with the Vatican and what were their names? Donatello, those painters and all that shit. They gave you the Ninja Turtles just to make you remember
and Michelangelo and all them.
See, they gave you the Ninja Turtles to make you remember these painters that started the whitewashing. So remember, if you go to the Vatican and you remove that paint, they're black up there. That shit start coming down and people start taking pictures of that shit and it's displayed everywhere. Yeah. So, like I said, it's all stuff that has been covered up because we didn't know who we are. So just imagine what they have covered up. A lot of people don't know that the Hoover's Dam is Isis' temple.
The Hoover Dam
is
Isis' temple.
People don't know that Uman-Ra, Osiris, Buddha, all their temples is in the Grand Canyon. Remember, the Grand Canyon is not just in one place. It's numerous places. Utah, it's over here in Illinois. It's not just Arizona and Nevada area. It's spread out. So just imagine what you're not seeing. They don't let you in that hole. So that should be the first sign. Why don't they let me in there? Why is everything on an Indian reservation, first of all? So people don't pay attention. It's like you putting your own little puzzle pieces. You taking each one of these stickers and you're learning information and you're putting your little own masterpiece together.
Yeah.
They always tell you, get your puzzle pieces, create your own masterpiece. Same thing with the spiritual awakening. You just got to take all that information, and people are not strong to do that.
Yeah.
But when do you know? Do you ever know? Like, okay, I got it now. Like, I figured it out.
Fuck no! It's like they gave us a movie called The Never Ending Story.
And that's
yeah, it's the never ending fucking story.
That's why the big ass white dog flying.
It's the never ending story because the never ending story is like it's the never ending story until all the time expires.
Right.
Because they know that like I told you in the Bible, it's in the Bible that they know that our people are meant to get what we're destined to get back.
Right.
And so they've been playing this time they've been playing this system to slow us down from getting where we need to get. But they all know that there is an expiration date. Like Trump knew that.
Yeah.
Trump knew that. Do you not know, like, when Texas went, remember when Texas went, where they shut down the whole state of Texas? Remember, what was that?
Recently for like the COVID shit?
No, it was not for the COVID. It was something like where it had to do with the laws, and it was, I can't remember, but they completely shut down the city of Texas, where it was like a certain...
the state of Texas or...
The state of Texas.
Okay.
Not shut it down like shut it down.
For the riots or whatever? Whenever George was killed?
It was way before that.
Wait, how long ago we talking?
It was probably 2019. Whenever this happened.
That was recent.
Right? Or
I don't know.
it was the beginning of the year, and he gave so many months for all these new different bills to be written. And pretty much what that was is that, like I told you, they are waiting for the true indigenous people to stand up and get their shit. So they're doing this politics and all this stuff as entertainment, right? But again, like the same thing with like the law enforcement, it's black and white for a reason. I have this yin yang symbol for a reason. Bruce Lee was somebody that they brought over here and then killed him because he was going to push off a frequency of the chakras, right? And if we tap into that, we're unlocking our power. So they had to eliminate that man, his bloodline, just like with Whitney Houston and everybody else. Because they know that you can come back by a bloodline. And they can't control you the way that they used to be able to control you now. So it's hard for them, even when they give them babies them shots. These babies, they're gonna have super babies too. They created Incredibles for a reason. Right? Same thing I told people. Everybody just needs to pay attention. Yeah. If they pay attention, it's there. It's just that some people don't want to do it and they want to stay there. And I was like, it's called entertainment for a reason. To entertain your black ass while they cover up everything else behind you.
Yeah. That's just like that sitcom The Boys on Prime.
On Prime?
Yeah. They like making super babies and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. Trust me. Like, you don't understand, like, our people, the Osiris is green, right? When your child was born back in the day, my son back was green. Completely. I didn't understand why he was green. And then I finally saw an article where they said that's how they knew who had more Egyptian blood in them. And they start shooting you with iron to cover up your color because we're really supposed to green. Hulk. They know that we are truly the Hulk.
Damn.
So that's why that classified, their enormous strip, classified, blah, 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 classified. They know what the fuck's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
They know.
Yep.
They know. And everybody, they took out, like, Tupac knew. They made Tupac as being a fucking criminal. But they didn't know Tupac was over there asking Congress to let him have his whole city and take part of his whole city and let him rebuild it. Went in front of Congress and asked, did they ever tell us that story about Tupac? Fuck no.
Hell no, I wasn't going to say that.
Fuck no.
Well, I mean, we knew he had that blood in him.
Not even that. With like our leaders, like MLK, the only fucking skits that they gave us is "I Had a Dream." They didn't give us any of MLK shit when he got linked up with Malcolm. Yeah. Because MLK's approach changed after that because he started waking up, and Malcolm went to what took that trip to the real Egypt and came back and said, "Nigga, we're the indigenous." That's when he got into it with the Muslim, because he said, "Y'all are lying to me."
Yeah.
Because over here is different than I'm what they are, like Richard Pryor when he did that shit with they did that skit. In that skit, Richard Pryor was inside that pyramid, opened up the book of life, and he's saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna take this book back. It looks just like the fellas. This looks like me. All the fellas at home, they gonna get a kick out for this. We gods here." And the European man walked him outside and said, "Go get the bulldozer. They can't know about this." Again, plateaus.
Yeah.
No, they don't. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit that's getting ready to come out. It's a lot of shit that's coming out, and a lot of people are not going to be prepared. They already know a lot of people are going to commit suicide because they're going to, like, they already feel like. And my thing is that even once we find out who we are, I still feel sorry for the other races because, like I said, they sat next to me in their school, and you programmed them and brainwashed them too. And now they're finding out that the same people that they didn't fucking care about was actually superior from the true indigenous. Do you know how many people are going to look at you after that shit go off? Do you know how it's going to change the way your whole structure of your life?
Yeah, that's great.
Me just in my job speaking about it. Do you know how many co-workers that I would get would get upset because of the things that I was saying, and I had to sit back.
Just didn't want to accept it.
Didn't want to accept it, and the way that I had to look at it is, okay, well, if you're stopping me from understanding who I am and getting back what I am, you're not for me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care. Yep.
And that's how you have to stand in that energy, and people don't understand. I'm cutthroat. Because
you know who you are.
Know who I am. And I have the same thing with my relationships. Not even that, the men that are in my life, right? They're very significant because not only that, you have your race war, you also have a feminine and masculine war that we don't even know about because nobody know what a fucking twin flame is. Nobody knows what a twin ray is. Nobody knows what a divine partner. Nobody knows what a life partner is. Nobody knows what a divine soulmate. And it has to do with all 5 bloodlines in order to allow all 5 bloodlines to exist. But see, in your Bible, they told you didn't come here with a soul. You don't have a soulmate. So they're already getting you to lose your masculine and feminine battle when you were a child.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? So there's so many freaking levels that you have to get yourself into, and we still stuck with this Jesus shit.
We behind. I
gotta go read. Well, I have. So, but I'm still gonna go read.
Yeah, definitely have to look into it for yourself at a deeper.
I mean, it's a lot of
more than the surface. We gotta.
Yeah, because I haven't.
Me neither.
Yeah, you look dumb as shit over there. You don't know what the fuck going on.
He over here trying to figure out because he half breed. So
I at least caught on to something.
So exactly. Now that you said that, I think a lot of it don't even apply to me.
No, you're a giant.
See,
that's another thing.
He's a giant.
So yes, he's a giant. So,
big dumbass.
So listen. That's another thing. So they also know what you are, also by your body structure, your height, and all that. Too.
He looks like George Murray.
So
you got me fucked up.
Anybody that is over 6
I'm
feet
handsome,
has the giant gene in them.
Oh, and what were we talking about earlier with giants?
I was thinking about that.
What did I say?
Well, we was talking about midgets and giants and how they're.
You said you have.
What?
If you're considered a giant.
No, you said I would be considered a giant.
No. She just said you'd be considered a giant. You're over 6 foot.
Yeah, so he's a giant.
So am I a giant?
Bobby, don't worry about it.
No.
That
You're
means
you're not 6 feet.
I feel like a giant sometimes.
That means you just got the genetic in you.
It's just your pants are short.
Short people live
No, now that I look, you kind of look like a giant in the face, bro.
We kind of talked about that. I don't think
we said that giants have some kind of.
No, you said it's a deformity to where they die faster. Like,
yes, they do.
But
yeah,
so
but I mean, y'all
have you ever seen an old midget?
Face.
Have you ever seen an old midget? Bro, he's
that
like
nigga's not a midget.
I mean, he's small. He's about. I guess he would be classified as a midget.
He's a gray. They're considered gray. So remember, I told you the grays are the midgets. They're their bloodline of the midgets. So anybody that is it's under 5'4" and under, they have more gray genetic in you.
Hey, you just a big dumbass walking around outside of the dome.
Hey, for everybody
with the dome,
for everybody watching that.
No. What matter of fact, since we're talking about that, and you're understanding that,
nigga, you're over 6'2".
I am 6 foot, sir.
So that means that you got it in. So both of you
from the south,
with your short dumb ass.
What we need you giants to do is to take out the motherfucking towers when y'all activate and y'all go to y'all giant.
He tried. Look at that bitch, Osama bin Laden. Look at that. That nigga took out the towers. Big dumbass giant up there taking down our buildings and shit, man. Fuck him, man.
And you niggas ain't gonna do nothing about it.
You Sean Bradley looking motherfucker.
Nah, I don't look like Sean Bradley. Fuck that. You drank your Smirnoff. Man. You dropped it?
Hey, us Indians is over. Scoot over here by us, the other Indian. You leave that guy over there. That nigga, he looked like a gray, but with a splash of the Bigfoot.
A splash of the Bigfoot. You let Bobby gas you today. This nigga's full of jokes. He ain't never. If you watch every episode prior to this, he's been sitting over there in a Russian hat.
He don't want no problems today. I came prepared.
Today is the only day you flame.
I'm gonna flame that nigga today. You got me fucked up.
She gave you good energy.
Did you predict this shit to happen?
Did you take energy from me yesterday?
You took energy from yourself.
See, it was a setup.
Yeah,
it was a setup.
Y'all,
that was rough. Okay, so are you niggas dating secretly?
Hey, man,
God damn.
I get my tools and fuels in, man. I just sit back and listen to
This nigga said you
Say,
big
like, what's
dumb
up, man?
ass.
Man, what's up, man? We getting deep into, man. What's up, man?
Yeah.
It's 2 hours.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Let's jump on something real quick, man. Jump on something stupid.
Your big ass better not jump on nothing.
What?
You'll jump through something.
What am I then?
What?
You're not.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
It depends on if you ask a man or a woman. 5'8", 5. Look, so I'm under the. This is how I look at it. If your boyfriend's under 6 foot, you're single. So you take that how you want. Like you said. So what am I? Right? You're 5'8".
Compare like you're a giant. I'm saying I'm 5'8". So what am I?
Well, you'll just be normal, right? Because
you're not a grade.
Because 5'4" and under would be midgets. 6 foot and over would be giants.
5'4" and under is not a midget.
Yes, it is.
That's what she just said. Have you not been listening, big dumbass nigga? God damn, you got all these dumb jokes and can't hear, can't read.
I didn't think I ever dated a midget.
Damn, I blame SAISD. I blame SAISD.
So, like I told you, remember the Greys were able to abduct as many humans as they wanted to as in change of technology. Yeah. So you got to remember the Greys came over here because the reason why they went into a partnership with the reptilians because the Greys planet got destroyed. Right? So there's also different sizes of Greys because the Greys also mated with the reptilians and they're considered as. So even though, let me say this, even though a person can have all 5 species in them, it's just one is more stronger than the other. And so what they've been doing is feeding people McDonald's. Yep. That has cannabis, human body parts in it. So they're feeding their reptilians to compare them to get them.
I don't really. All I get is fries.
You're not cannibal.
I'm like, what? They got
cannibals.
I'm about to
that nigga over there smoking body parts and shit. That nigga high than a motherfucker off that nigga's finger.
What was it? On How High when the nigga smoked his finger?
Smoking that finger? The mark of Buddha?
It's a skid mark of Buddha.
Mark right
I'm
there.
gonna give all my friends that shit.
Yeah, I had to get mine plugged.
But they that's what I'm saying. So like I told you, survivor of the fittest.
Yeah.
So they already, like I said, McDonald's has already been caught numerous times where they got the police have pulled over.
McDonald's is gonna cancel us, man. Let's stop talking about Ronald.
It's been already public.
Old Ronald gonna fuck up our views.
But listen.
Ronald, we're sorry.
His name's Ronald.
Ronald is a child
Ronald
molester.
McDonald.
Ronald McDonald is
He's a child molester?
They're all a part of that fucking.
I let my kids sit on that nigga lap.
Man, come on now.
Damn, what kind of parent is you, nigga?
Everybody, he even has his foot.
They're all a part of that
sit
shit.
on.
That's a classic.
Man,
That's a classic
Ronald.
Chester sit.
Bobby, put your other foot on the floor.
But for real, the McDonald's got pulled up. There was an article for the one that was in Oklahoma that they got pulled over, and when they got pulled over by the cops, they found nothing but human body parts in there.
That's fucking crazy.
There's a whole.
Wait, whoa. How long ago was this? It was recent, right? Like,
yeah. It
okay,
was.
I did read about that.
And then there's a Jew. There's a Jew. They call what rabbis? That's what they're called,
Rabbis.
right? Rabbis that went public on a New York talk show that is well known in New York.
Do they look kind of like that?
He talks about everything that they have done to everybody.
He looks like a rabbi.
He talks about. He specifically says that they kidnap over 200,000 kids before Easter, so they can use these kids' body to do their rituals and their blood sacrifices, drain these kids' body, and sell them to big corporation and chains. And he says McDonald's is our biggest supplier.
Happy Meals.
And he's publicly saying this. And the radio host is like,
Damn.
the radio
That's
host
crazy.
is like,
Fucking
what's so
McDonald's.
crazy? And I'm gonna make sure I give y'all the link so y'all can
Yeah,
watch
we
and listen to that.
gotta put them all in the description.
Yeah,
Everything,
I'm gonna make sure y'all.
everything
And
we're
he's
going
like,
over.
he talks about that, and the radio show host, he's like, it's just crazy that everybody's so brainwashed, but y'all talk publicly about what y'all do, and people still thinks it's a joke. He said, yeah, we have programmed y'all so much. He said, do you think our kids go to these public schools? No, we send them to the what they call it, the Pentecost or whatever they send them to from school, from all the way from kindergarten to 10th grade, and then they go to the rabbi shit. He said, we don't none of our kids go to these public schools. It's a part of the program. And he says all this. Yeah. He talks about every fucking thing. He talks about all races. He talks about how they call each race something different. Like they call each race of them something different. He said that how George Bush is their biggest puppet. So he said, he goes, our guys was the one that gave George Bush the call.
Gave him the what? Wait, gave him the
call for the Twin Towers.
Oh.
He said, I'm upset with myself because they make bets on destructions that they do. They make bets on everything. He said, I was upset that I didn't put my airline up because everybody else got triple back their money. So like how the movie Rat Race is what I can say. So you know how Rat Race, they had them people running around and doing all that shit, and the people in the corporations is back there bidding and all that stuff. Yeah. Same thing that they do with our regular lives. Same thing with every... Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Same thing with the pharaohs. Every sleep pharaoh that they had, they betting on who's going to wake up first. All that stuff. They have all control of all that. So Rat Race was another movie that made me think, I was like, this is a race. It's a race when it comes to because a lot of us don't know, the ones that are sleep pharaohs and all that stuff, you are in right now a demigod. And what's going on is the battle of the demigods, because you don't know that you're a god. So you think that you're the only god because they programmed you that there's only one. Mm-hmm. No, there's not only one. It's more than one. So everybody's battling each other, not knowing that we're supposed to be helping each other get us out of this fucking matrix, because at the end of the day, we're going to activate, and our main goal is to take out the enemy.
So with that being said, we're programmed to think that there's only one God. Like every now and again, every so often, you get like a David Koresh or somebody, right? Mm-hmm. How much of that do you believe in that they were actually like
David Koresh and like
well, not necessarily
Charles
him, but
Manson and all them and
Right,
Jim
right.
Jones. Oh, they have a hidden agenda. Remember, they were all part of Illuminati and Skull and Bones. Ted Bundy was a part of Skull and Bones. He was one of the leaders. Oh, remember, they have the keys of life, so they know how to bring their soul back. Another thing that I had to talk about was 2020 babies. They know that 2020 babies are bringing back all those cult leaders and those psychic, those crazy ass people like Marilyn Manson. Their babies, their souls are coming back.
right.
So remember, a mother, a father is not going to see their child as somebody that's evil.
Right.
Right? So whenever they're going to activate just like we activate. Remember, one of the best, the biggest saying that Malcolm X has is by any means necessary.
Right.
That does not mean you don't think that your enemy is not living by that same.
Right. By that same code. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I feel you.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I got a duck.
like you, that's what I said. They gave you, what is that movie with Brad Pitt when his daughter woke up and he woke up the next morning, his daughter was jumping on the bed trying to kill him and shit. What was that, Brad Pitt, or was that War? It was a woman, and them kids start like everybody.
Talking about Nicolas Cage.
It's not Nicolas Cage.
With the parents trying to kill kids.
Oh, that shit too. That shit.
Oh, that's a newer movie, though, right?
That shit too. That's gonna happen. Bird
That's
Box,
supposed to
all
be a
that
good
shit
one.
with Bird Box, that shit's gonna happen.
Bird Box.
Yeah,
I
the
remember
Bird
that.
Box is telling you what the church is. Remember, a pastor and a priest, their title is to summon dignities. So remember, your energy, you don't know what your energy is doing. So their whole thing, remember, the cross is pagan. So pagan has to do with demons, witchery, warlocks, all the
Santa Claus.
all that, yes. So so remember, you're in church every Sunday. It's not even every Sunday no more. Now it's 3 times, 4 times a week, and you got this cross, and you pushing out energy. Guess what? But Bird Box, that dude said that shit for a reason. He said that part when he was like, the Egyptians talked about how the dignities was going to latch onto people, and because they don't know who their soul and their spirit is, that everybody don't know that there's a battle. Like I said, spiritual warfare. Right. And so people get drunk, that's alcohol, or they use certain drugs that allows these dignities to latch onto you, right? That's when people say, I blacked out. Why'd you black out? Did something latch onto your soul and you don't remember?
Drank too much.
That's not what it is.
Ask him. He the one always blacking out.
I'm just saying.
I just stay drunk. I don't get blacked out.
But there's certain people that black out and they go on killing sprees because they don't remember. It's because something got attached to you because you.
That's
were
a
not
defense
protecting.
though. Like
You're
what?
Sleepwalking and all that stuff. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
it's
I've
because
never,
certain things
I don't
that are
think I've
attached
done
to
that.
you. Bird Box. That's what said certain things get attached to you.
Yeah, you woke up pissing in the corner.
No, I haven't.
Somebody, I think she killed her
Never.
because she was
Pissed on something.
I pissed on people.
I think she got off.
Yeah. And like, for example, like remember when those people were putting their kids in the microwave and the oven and killing them and stuff? And they were saying,
in real life or in a movie?
And no, real life. It was real life. Listen, and remember what was everybody's excuse? My kid looked like a demon. Those people's third eye opened up and they were seeing them kids for what they were.
Damn. Bro, I missed a lot of shit.
And they fucking and the government knew that. Same thing.
Cooking
There's a lot of people that are in psych wards because their third eye is open and they're able to see.
I don't believe
They
everybody
say
in psych.
they're
Yeah.
They say they're
Yeah.
crazy, but now they can't do it. It's now they can't put them in there like they used to. So remember, back in the day, they gonna get rid of whoever they can because it's a part of waking
and then
up
try to
everybody
medicate
else.
them and shit.
So
and
they're gonna
fuck 'em up.
medicate whoever they can.
Yeah.
The thing about
Right?
it is they're not hiding it anyway. It's just
Now
up
they
to-
not.
it's
Yeah.
just up to us
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying, do our research on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put it in our face every day.
Yeah.
Since kids.
Yeah.
So it's our job to wake up and, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
study and research all that shit.
Real shit.
Big facts.
But Trump did come in office to help, and our people was not seeing it.
My white followers are gonna love that you said that. 2 of them for sure. They were so bent.
You're white
About
folks. Shit, I got some black ones that's gonna be happy.
No, I mean there's these
Oh.
these 2 specific.
To be who they really are.
Yes, that's why I told you he needed the indigenous people to. That's why I said I put my name. I can't wait because supposedly when you put your name on that, you are signing yourself up for president candidacy. So the next 4 years that's coming around, they're looking at me. So guess what? Larasha already has her platform. Motherfucker, y'all been watching me since 2018, longer than that.
Anyway, yeah.
If you want to be, if since I am the granddaughter of a chief, you want to be real.
Watching anyway.
You've been watching me for real. So I want what's mine.
So when you, with that being said, now it makes more sense as to, like when they made it to where felons couldn't vote or whatever, and the community.
We can vote now.
Well, yeah, after so long, right? It's 7 years, or then you have to. Anyway, it's an obstacle, right?
Yeah.
But what's the population of incarcerated? Like, it's about what, African American, or they would consider
more of us for sure.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know the percentage.
That's their big.
So then they couldn't vote. They couldn't put their name on it. Then they can't get what's theirs. Like, it's just more obstacles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's more obstacles. That's what I said. They created the.
They create the obstacles for you to be like, fuck that. I'm not doing all that.
So you got to remember the police car, black and white, that represents two different energies, your dark side and your light side. Same thing with the chessboard and the popes, the black pope, white pope. Chess, white squares, black squares. Same thing with the police car. So the police people know, this is the fucked up thing about it is, they know who you are, but you go in the dark side of the program. The police department has two different divisions. Okay? We're going to start off as criminals because they installed us to be criminals. So they're going to put you through that system where you're going to fuck up because you have something called free will that they're using against you because you don't understand what the fuck that means until you activate and go into a certain frequency. Once you do that, do you know that I know that my Round Rock Police Department knows who I am? Do you know that the motherfuckers follow me, escort me to where I gotta go, make sure that my kids is okay, and all that stuff, because I'm somebody that I spoke out.
They don't want you to get a big enough mass behind.
But they know
they're keeping you at bay.
But I know Round Rock will stand for me before San Angelo because San Angelo knows that I come to get my shit. Yeah. So when all that shit happened Juneteenth, and I saw that as completely shutting me down. Completely shutting me down. When you knew that was my first opportunity to wake up to the people that I need to wake up. So I was just like, y'all some hoes. Yeah. And then the fact that you use a same word that I know that was used in this job that I just left, that was investigating me.
Then you're listening to.
Yeah.
So, man, like I told you, me and my two cousins worked at Office Depot. There was the fucking CIA, FBI, Freemasons, all of them in that hole. All of them in that hole. And I consider them as moles. So there was every day something that was instructed that they already rehearsed to happen. And so when I walked through that fucking door, they were trying to make me seem like I was fucking crazy. So certain people would start saying certain things. Like me saying that I was indigenous. Do you know my fucking boss had one of the coworkers get up and talk about the horses? Because remember, the indigenous animal is the horses. Talking about once you break the horses, like in order to get the horse to act right, you have to break its spirit. That movie called Spirit, that cartoon. Oh, shit. It pisses me off because I'm like thinking about it and it makes me want to cry because I was just like, all this shit was set up because just the way that they were talking and the things that they were saying, they knew that they were trying to get to me and make me lash out. So it was a lot of shit that I had to watch because I knew people were trying to make me seem that I was something that I wasn't, just to get me to leave my job or get me to get fired and all that stuff. And when I put my foot down and I stood my ground, they left me alone. But I left that motherfucking job. Yeah. After I left that job, that whole shit tanked. They fired 60 people after that.
Yeah.
So when I started my channel, my phone was getting monitored. They was hacking into my phone. My shit was glitching. All this shit just so monitoring. I can hear static on my phone. I bought a new phone. Same fucking shit. Same thing with YouTube. Went on there trying to upload videos. They changing my content, blurring out fucking shit, words and all this stuff. And I was
I remember they fucking with your views.
Yeah,
and shit.
fucking with my views and all that shit. Like I was just like, whoa, y'all showing me like.
We got 10 minutes left, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just gonna let you know we gotta wrap it up.
And not only that, Facebook 2000 and I had my first Facebook page I created. They shut that shit down. May the 7th of 2019 is when I was voicing my opinion and then waking up. Everything, putting every type of meme that I can possibly put up there, going in every group, speaking out how we, the indigenous people, all this stuff. They shut down my motherfucking Facebook without no motherfucking notice, would not give me my motherfucking pictures back. When they disable your account, you can request to have your pictures back. They won't even give me that.
Yeah.
Everybody else. Yes, they fucking shut down Dane Calloway's page. They shut down, it was a lot of people, a lot of advocates pages that they shut down and won't give us our shit back. So that let me know, okay, Rasha, you need to continue to keep doing what you're doing because obviously you were put in the position to do this for a reason. You are who they're showing you are. And then once they told me that and all that shit, once my family start telling me all that stuff, like I told you, my grandma told us, I remember me and my cousin Renolia sitting down with my grandmama and my great grandmother, and she was like, they were talking. She was like, don't you ever let anybody say that you fucking African. You are not fucking African. Just know you have a Indian in your blood. And she was like, we're Blackfoot. And what Blackfoot is a mixture of Cherokee and Apache when they put the tribes together and they had to mate. Cherokee is the first humans on Earth. So do you think they gonna give your black ass that title?
Nah, they don't want niggas be first at anything.
Because that breaks down their whole system. But in their colleges, they're teaching them that Cherokee people are the first people. You got to pay to go to the college to get that education.
I go into debt.
But that's pretty much what it is. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. That the higher learning, that fucking movie.
Pay, but go far in
Busta
debt,
Rhymes and all them shit. That shit was, they put that shit out for a reason. Yeah. But I am gonna come back. I'm coming back. Just know that.
Most definitely.
For sure, man. We definitely appreciate you. For real.
We gotta go do research and read. So, this
crazy.
nigga Bobby, that boy Bobby knew.
That's
we getting him in on the next.
But you gotta understand, Bobby's one of them people though. Like Bobby will always just randomly hit me. Like since I've known Bobby like at least a decade, he'll hit me and be like, "Hey, did you hear about this?" But I'm like,
he's part of your soul tribe. You cannot deny people like
I've been trying to shake this nigga for over a decade.
Man,
I've been trying to shake you for over a decade. Like get you to move around. Like quit being my friend.
He ain't no shapeshifter like.
No, I shifted some shapes. I told you.
And I guess, hey, hold on. Oh, my daughter's on here. Don't talk about shifting nothing. Jay, get the hell off my live.
Man. All right, though. So, go on and give them your information one more time so they know where to follow you. Even though it's going to be in the
description. We'll have it in the
box.
description either, but let the people know who you are, where to find you at, where to reach you at.
GoddessQueenJustMe23 on YouTube, and then Build a Nation by word of mouth also on YouTube. I have IG, Instagram, same thing, Facebook. You can
all on us. We're gonna take a picture and tag her so y'all can follow her on our IG in a few minutes.
Y'all having me, bros.
Hell yeah, we want to say thank you for making the trip, reaching out.
Man, y'all showed me the love and shit.
We love having somebody from the home team down here.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna change
and
some
so, we also want to thank everybody who's on our live right now.
Yes,
even though y'all watching it on
YouTube
right now, but everybody that tuned in live that actually took time out of your busy schedule today's Sunday
to listen to us.
To listen to us. For real, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back soon, and we're going to continue from there.
Yep, and make sure you research if you are indigenous, because there is money that was left behind in the Freemason banks. And not only that, I do want to say that Black Wall Street was not the only Wall Street we had. We had 150 of them across the United States, and they only told you about one.
Damn, that's a whole other episode.
But there's money. There's money that's there in these accounts that's just sitting there. But again, you don't know who you are. And until you take those steps to get what's back yours, these people are going to look at you and make fun of you all you want.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, with that being said, we'll be back this week with another pretty dope announcement to make. We'll let T make it.
For sure.
We'll let him be the lead host that day and announce.
Why don't you tell him the truth? Why are you going to be the lead host? Because if it wasn't for me, the shit wouldn't move. I get shit popping.
Look, everybody put laughing emojis on.
If it wasn't for me, shit wouldn't move.
Man, hey, listen here, Bigfoot. Hey, we appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
For another episode of NoFux Podcast. I am your host, T Fields.
And Little T, man. And thank you again, Rasha.
You're welcome. Thank y'all.
Yeah. Stop on there. Hey, T, yeah, make sure you save it, though, so you can upload it to IGTV.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, we good?
Oh, shit.
Good shit. And then let's get a picture.
I don't like how you was flaming my ass for a hot little 20 minutes.
I flamed your ass.